but the cry.
With the world poised on the brink of war, Vault-Tec is reporting a record number.
But me.
Folks, it seems we've got some breaking news. Stand by.
It's all over. No, I'm trying to forget about how much I care for you.
We seem to have lost contact with our affiliate stations. Stand by. We do have coming in confirmed reports of nuclear detonations.
My God. Our soldiers were right. War never changes.
Let's go, pal.
All right. Hello. Everyone, look. I'm here, I'm alive, I'm not just a disembodied voice. It's me, the gaming lawyer. Not to be confused with the gaming lawyer, as we've been over many times before. But it is Thursday night, and I am here. And so is EV23! Best EV in the internet. Nick C, J Maxey, surprised as hell. Hey Ashley, how you doing? Good to see you. And a face cam. I just felt like, I don't even think you guys have seen me this year on cam. So, well, thank you, Maxie. I think part of it too is I know I've been losing weight, so I'm feeling a little good about myself. So I was like, okay. I mean, obviously I'm not like a lean, mean machine at this point, but I was like, yeah, got a haircut over the weekend. I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm like not looking like a hobo. Like I feel like over the past 2 years I've felt like a hobo a lot of the time. And hatless. Well, yeah, I usually only wear the hat when I need a haircut. when did Brad Pitt start streaming? I don't know, Maxie, but just to clear up any confusion, I'm not Brad Pitt. So, yeah, Evie. I thought it would be nice for you guys to see me. Although, is my cam being out of sync again? I think now I'm remembering parts of the reasons I stopped using my cam. It looks like I'm already out of sync with my audio. Oh, and Animal says hi. Hello, Keith. Is Animal sitting on the couch watching on the big screen? Yeah, if it's out of sync 2 minutes into rolling, then probably it's gonna get very out of sync. But we'll deal with that. I got Nowhere's to Gray on backup if it gets too irritating. He's playing on Xbox, Call of Duty. Okay, good deal. That's good. That's good. So no, I haven't actually. I hadn't thought of playing Fallout 4 until about 10 minutes before I started my stream. I just didn't know what I wanted to play. I've still been playing, really the only game I've been playing still is Beat Saber. But Beat Saber is, I might stream it again. There does seem to be some interest. I know some people don't like it. But to be honest, it's kind of a pain in the ass to stream because running it through the VR headset, doing my stream from the next room from where my streaming PC is, it's kind of a pain in the ass, and I just didn't feel like dealing with it today. If I could have just put my helmet on and pushed a button and just been streaming, I might have done that. You know what, Evie? I saw that you sent. I saw your notification pop up that about a dinner that you had, but I didn't actually have a chance to go to Twitter yet. So let me take a look at it now. I got it. I got it. We'll do a live. We're doing a live. We're doing live. Then I can give you the like in real time, and ooh and ah over what you ate. You ate a plate full of kittens. Oh wait, no. Oh, enjoy this bouquet of kittens. Oh, that's cute. Oh my gosh. And let's take a look at that food. Oh, look at all that cheese on there. All right, so what is this? Hold on, what's it called? He made us Marry Me Chicken, an Italian dish that whoever is given will fall in love with the person who cooked it. And a kitty bouquet, because you don't like flowers for Valentine's Day. Nice. Very nice. Hold on, where's the like button? There it is. Boom. There you go, Evie. You got your like. You got your like for me, as always. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, the camera's fine for now. We can get rid of it if it becomes... It's weird because it seemed like it worked fine for so long. And I don't really know what changed exactly, but... So I remember when I first was streaming with a cam, that was a huge issue, was sync. And then it seemed like for the better part of 4 years, it wasn't an issue. And then suddenly, like a year ago, it started becoming a problem again. So you got it, Evie. You got it. You show it to me and I'll like it. That's how we're... Whoa, look at that. Hey, Madros. Madros, the 62-month sponsor thing. How you doing, Madros? You know, I still post these links on Discord every week, mainly just because I know that's where you look for it. So nice to see you here. Nice to see your big shiny lizard. It's okay if you lurk. I'm fine with that. Nick. Okay, so wait, let me go back up. He's playing on his new monitor. Oh, nice. I got my new monitor, was it last year? The 1440p, 144 hertz monitor. I love getting new stuff. I love new gaming stuff. That was my big thing last year, though, was the VR helmet, which I was really worried that I was not going to get any use. I was afraid I might try it for a few days and just be like, wow, that's interesting, and then never used it again. But I've been using the shit out of that thing. So, yeah, I'm really stoked about that. Like I said, I've been playing Beat Saber. I got my wife to try Beat Saber. I got Amanda to try Beat Saber yesterday for the first time, and now she's instantly addicted. She actually got up an hour early so she could Beat Saber before work. Because she's treating it like an exercise too. But she's been taking Beat Saber breaks during the day at her job. I'm like, damn, you really like that. She loves moving to that Lady Gaga. What can I say? So then Ashley says, play Hogwarts. I'll be honest, I'm really interested in playing Hogwarts Legacy. I'm not interested in the controversy that's surrounding it. I don't think my channel would attract that much attention from it. But and then thing number 3, I have such a backlog of open world games that I'm in no hurry to get it. Like, if I'm gonna jump back into an open world, well, I'm doing Fallout, but Bethesda's its own thing. If I'm gonna jump into that that style of open world, I'm probably gonna go back and finish Red Dead first, Red Dead Redemption 2. But Hogwarts Legacy looks like a really good game, and I'm really not interested in all of the controversy surrounding it. So that's I'm not going to go deep into that position, but it seems like everyone's being forced to take a stand, and my stand is I am not interested in correlating whatever controversies may be surrounding it to the game itself. So at some point, I plan on playing it, and when I do play it, I'll probably stream it. But I'm in no hurry. I'll probably wait till it goes on sale or something. You're happy to see I'm not playing it? You don't dislike Beat... I know I'm behind everybody, but I'm catching up. I know I'm conversational. You know how I am. You don't dislike Beat Saber. Just seems like a hassle to chat at that point. What? Yeah, it's right. What if you do have to tell me about this? What the lizard that your sister got? So, well, I think I feel, given the limitations, that I was able to do a reasonably good job of checking in on chat. But it's a little bit like, well, it's actually not even as bad as Dead by Daylight. When I play Dead by Daylight, I'm more or less ignoring chat for 10 to 15 to 20 minutes at a time. And with Beat Saber, it's sort of like a 5 to 10 minute thing where I would stop and hang. Then I'd have to catch up with chat a little bit. It is a bit of a pain in the ass, and it may not be ideal for everybody, but I think that aspect of it went okay. I don't think that was worse than some other games that I play in terms of my divided attention. It just kind of sucked that I couldn't see the chat while I was playing. Look at that! It was that big? Just hold out your hands an impressive distance apart. Well, this is as much as you can see in the screen, but I hold it out here like this. They're all the way apart. And so that's like a pretty flippin' huge lizard. Wow. Nick, everyone, look at what Nick just said. That is a tale worthy of stopping the whole show so we can all hear about how your sister caught a lizard. And look at that. Nick's got it. Hey, Koodle. How you doing? Long time no see. A game's a game. Trip and a half. How you doing? Yeah, what controversy? That's right. I like that answer, Maxie.
Let's go, pal.
You tell me to fuck off and that's how I play Hogwarts. Yeah. And I would understand why, Brad. I would understand why. I have no interest in the controversy. So, and some people know where I fall on the spectrum of things. But I don't feel like you need to pick I feel like it's completely optional whether you're going to take this game and make it into that issue. I feel like it's too far removed from the thing that is controversial for me to freak out about it the way that a lot of people are. But people are freaking out about it. So and I understand that. I just do not. I don't feel it's, for me, I don't feel it's warranted. So, and I don't think the accusations that are being flung at people who are playing it are warranted either. You're relieved to not hear classic rock hits tonight? Yeah, look at that. Like, you see, now when I'm wearing the VR helmet, my hair looks terrible because it's like crushed down the middle. Yeah, what should be controversial is Beat Saber. There is a controversy. Yeah, I mean, I did that poll that I put out yesterday, and I was considering streaming it again tonight, but the main reason I put that poll out, and I gave it like a day and a half, For those of you that saw it. It was really just to gauge the level of interest in Beat Saber, because if it is something that I start streaming, I might buy the Steam version of it, because that allows more like third-person camera mods and things like that I think would be, and then I could play it through Steam VR and then actually can have the chat like I used to. Remember how I did with Valheim? If I play Beat Saber through Steam VR, I'd be able to do that so that I have the chat like hovering near my knee the whole time, sort of thing. The Switzerland stance is classic. You can't really argue with it. Hey, I'll tell you something, Brad. I still have my opinions about things, and I have about like the core principles. I have some pretty strong opinions on certain things. But what I'm tired of is all of the noise. All the noise that is just, everything is a fucking fight. And I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. And I'm not saying that that's how everyone should feel. But I'm worn out from it, man. Over the past 6-7 years. In terms of publicly people going off on each other about everything, I'm over it. I don't want to participate in that. And I think it's good. I think people should do that. I think people should voice their views and have those views. Even if I don't agree with them all the time, I think people we need to have people out there expressing those views, whatever their views are, because we need to be able to take a temperature of what's going on out there, how people are feeling. I think that's important, even if we don't like the noise or don't. But I don't want to be part of it a lot of the time. I prefer not to be a part of it. I said I wasn't going to talk more about it. I still haven't dove like into it really, but it's just more of the meta. Like I'm just tired. I'm just so tired of just all the noise. You did a really good job of engaging the chat, considering you were wearing a headset. But the music, and I did realize later that you did not hate all of the music as much as I thought you did, even though you probably hated, a good slice of it, maybe most of it. I don't know. But yeah, and that's a problem too with something like that, is people's taste in music are wildly variable. So, and honestly, a lot of the stuff that I'm into right now, like a fucking Billie Eilish and Lady Gaga, I never would have been into 10 years ago. I would have was like, oh, that's like pop garbage, whatever. And now it's like, I remember when I was younger, me and all my friends were like, oh, if they can't, people didn't have like great guitar skills, if they weren't like manually creating the music, if they're using like synth and stuff, then they're talentless hacks. And my views have changed a lot on music. It's like, hey, it doesn't matter how they make it, but if they know how to put sounds together that resonate, I don't care how they got there. I like it. And it doesn't, and obviously I like different things now than I used to, but if I stumbled into my stream as the person I was 10 to 15 years ago, I would have been like, it's just fucking garbage, and I would have moved on. So even younger G-Law would have probably been offended by my stream's musical choice, unless you're getting into the like The Power of Love by Huey Lewis, but you probably still don't like boomer music, right? I still was like, you call Imagine Dragons boomer music? That's like, came out way after I was into music, so. Can you mod music into the Steam version? Yes. And in fact, I think it's a lot easier to do with the Steam version. The The downside of getting the Steam version is the game runs better if it's installed in the headset. And so one concern I have is if I'm doing like a stream, a Wi-Fi link, because when you play it over Steam, you're playing it on your computer and you're connected by Wi-Fi. So you're playing it, locally, but remotely, right? And so I do have some concerns that because it's so heavily rhythm based, and those beats come fast and you have to be very precise. And so I do have concerns that playing it that way is going to make the game experience problematic. So there's that. And then there's just the fact that the music packs that I bought through the Quest version, because I bought 3 music packs. It was like, $35 altogether. Each one's a little over $10. So I got my Billie Eilish and the Lady Gaga and the classic rock one. And those are all things that I wouldn't have when I got the Steam version. So you're a Zoomer, okay, Lucas or Lapis. And let me see. And by the way, hello, Lapis Lucas. It's good to see you. You can't stay long, but that's okay. Yeah, they're ruined trucks. There is actually, I don't have it, but there is actually, or was, a Fallout 4 truck mod where you could actually drive a truck around. It looked clunky as hell, but it exists. It looked so rough that I never tried to install it, but it is there. Like, not just me throwing up an overlay of a truck, not that, like an actual driving a truck. Yeah, there's a real truck mod in there. Seeing the difference in me makes you want to buy Beat Saber. I think it's working on my wife too. Like she kept thinking it looked like fun, and now that she's trying it, it's like she's all in. I mean, I think she enjoys it. I mean, it's just a fun, especially if you're finding music that you like, that sort of, you hear it and you feel it and you're moving to it and you're enjoying it. That's the thing to me. What I like about it so much is you've seen it. I can play for hours. I'll play for 2 or 3 hours. It just left on my own. And I might be tired and sore after that, but man, I burned, like I said, like one day, at least my Fitbit thinks I burned like 1,700 calories in 1 2.5 hour session. I don't know how accurate that is, but I can tell. Okay, so not to get into like super personal medical details, but I went to my doctor's for my annual physical today, and now I haven't weighed myself through most of the pandemic, but before the pandemic started, compared to where I weighed in today at the doctor, I lost 12 pounds. And I'm pretty sure I gained weight during the pandemic. So I don't know how much weight, because I tend not to put on weight that fast. I'll be like, oh God, I'm probably 300 pounds. And I weigh myself and I'm like, oh, I gained 4 pounds from like a year ago or whatever. But I have lost weight. You guys know I worry about my blood pressure. My blood pressure was the lowest reading that I've had in 3 years at the doctor. So, and just a couple months ago, I went to urgent care because I had that chest infection and I wanted to know if I needed antibiotics. And my blood pressure was much higher just 2 months ago than it was today. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. It's between also the food that I'm eating. And I still eat junk food, but it's like my daily foundation of what I eat is a lot healthier now. Like I got Taco Bell today. It's Thursday, so we get Taco Bells on Thursday. So, Oh, okay. I'm skipping ahead. Your pulse was 187? Or was it the high number on your blood pressure? Either way, that's not good. I don't think I've ever been that high. Anyways, you don't have to be a boomer to like boomer music. Okay, I'm falling behind, but I want to catch up with everything you guys said. If you're afraid of noise, okay, I don't know what we're talking about there. Down Under was a hell of a time. Okay, that was legit, like 80s stuff. But I like a lot of different stuff. Oh, Loppy's got a new job. Good deal. Congrats. Well, I'll say good deal and congratulations if it's a job you like. I know I've gotten a job before where I'm like, this sucks. I've had a lot of jobs over the years. I've liked a lot of them. There are a handful of them that were fucking terrible. Play Shakira. I did. I think Yumi, you brought up playing Madonna, and a couple people echoed you. I did actually add more songs to my Beat Saber. I probably added almost like 30 to 40 more custom songs than I had last week. I got a ton of stuff. Surprisingly, wasn't finding a lot of Madonna. Either they were at that super high difficulty that I'm not ready to deal with yet, or they just were like the only one that I found that was highly rated enough for me to try it was Like a Prayer. And it just, the way they did the beats just was not very good. And I was just like, oh, well, so I uninstalled it. It was not satisfying enough. It's not just a song, but also that's not like a super, it's not like a super like pump you up kind of song anyways, you know? Let's see. And there's Rasmodius. How you doing? Music that you like, music that doesn't just sample other songs, put them together in the same way 1,000 times, calling it a genre. Most of your are digital. Okay. Well, and that's what I was saying a few minutes ago is if you're flat out just sort of using someone else's music, it depends on how much you're doing that. But well, even like DJs that do remixes on the fly and stuff, I think that's creative. That's creative. And they're not creating any music specifically on their own. But I've heard some DJ mixes that were just really like pumping, you know? So, but you're not going to give them the same kind of respect necessarily as you'd give the artists that made the songs that they're using for their mixes, right? But I could still respect and appreciate what they do and enjoy the hell out of it. I might enjoy the hell out of a remix more than I enjoy the original song. So I still give them props for that. And I think that they need a special kind of talent to be able to do that. Even if it's not the same talent as the people who are composing the music and creating the music to begin with. But yeah, just in general, I've gotten a lot less judgmental about that over the years. About, you know, it's just basically if they can figure out how to make a sound that resonates, then I'll like it, and I'm not gonna be like, well, I'm not gonna like it because I don't think that they were good enough at playing guitar, or they had to use the synths, they had to use synths or something. So they're talentless hacks. It's like, nah. Yeah, if you get people like Milli Vanilli who aren't even doing the singing back in the day, the big scandal, that I don't necessarily respect. You missed something important. I probably did too, because I don't know what you're talking about. Fallout New Vegas has an amazing car mod? I didn't know that. Yeah, I do have my homemade truck mod, but I don't have that added to my new scene. Although those crashes I was having before, I don't know if that was because I had too much of my scene, but I junked a lot of stuff that I'd been snowballing into the same scene that I just kept building more and more onto over the course of like 5 years or whatever. I gutted a lot of the stuff out of there. I've added enough stuff back that it's already more clunky than I want. See, for VR to use PC VR, you can record both audio and video synced. It doesn't lag behind. Use your Wi-Fi on your headset any more than the normal connection. If I do PC VR, okay. Well, are you talking about the audio and the video? You're probably, this is like 10 minutes ago. If you're talking about the audio and video of the game itself, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of, when you're streaming, there are a lot of layers of audio and video that can go out of sync. for various reasons. And yeah, it's but yeah, 187. Holy shit, Flobbies Lucas. I hope you get that looked at, because I don't know if just drinking coffee. You might have, I don't know, use some breathing exercises or something, because that's a high heart rate. Mine runs high too, and it's not great. I think my resting heart rate is somewhere around 82, and it's been higher, but it really should be a lot lower than that. That's what at least my Fitbit says. That's high. So that's another thing I'm hoping improve. It actually it's gone down a few beats per minute over the last month or so. It's gone down about 5 or 6 beats a minute, which I take as another promising sign. Keep missing messages about you finishing your defensive driving course. Oh my god, Avie. I'm so sorry. I missed your messages about finishing the defensive driving course. You know, of course, that I'm very proud of you. And I'm glad that you finished your course. And I hope you've come away from this a better driver and a better human being. All right, how was that? Was that good enough? I think that paid due honor to, but seriously, good. I'm glad you finished that, Evie. That's good. That's got to be kind of a weight off of you. So, good on you. The decaf's usually, with decaf it's like 100, but after drinking Death Wish, oh, okay, so that's like super caffeine. Brad used to listen to plenty of rock, but you rarely hear rock that does much interesting these days. So you listen to a lot of electronic and hip hop. I honestly am very out of touch with music. I just discover certain things. Mainly stuff I've discovered is just stuff because we got Amazon Prime Music, and I've just set it to different stations sometimes. Like I'll pick a song that I like, and then it'll randomly just play a bunch of songs, or I'll do like genre stuff, so like chill music from the 2010s, and I don't recognize 95% of it. Actually, probably more than that. But I'll take note. That's how I discovered Panic at the Disco and Imagine Dragons. I think that was like the 2000s, like whatever songs of the 2000s, and I was like, so I'd be listening, and sometimes I'd be like, yeah, whatever, and then sometimes I'd be like, shit, I really like this song. Who is this? And then I'd be like, all right, shit, Imagine Dragons. They're going on my interest list. Shit, Panic at the Disco. This is like totally my jam. That's going on my list. So what I come across, I stumble upon, and it's probably, I'm not Magellan. I'm not discovering anything new. It's probably like, it's all old news to anyone who's into music at all. Like, oh shit, Imagine Dragons, Yeah, you're Maxie, your heart rate is 200 when I stream. Oh man, I feel like I need to put a disclaimer up now. If you have any medical conditions or heart conditions, please do not watch the Gaming Lawyer stream. But feel free to watch The Gaming Lawyer, all wrong, one word. All right, I'm losing a bunch. I'm overlooking a lot of shit. Yumi's on a Shakira binge. I never got into Shakira, but I should probably take it. There's a lot of artists that I think I need to take a second look at now, that I'm not like, oh, I don't like that kind of music. Because like now it's like, wait, yeah, I'm finding out I like kinds of music that I didn't think I liked. So you figure out how to mod your Steam Deck. You should ask Evie23 about that. I don't know. Evie's got a Steam Deck. Evie, your status on Discord is Steam Deck is awesome. So, or something to that effect. So I'm assuming you're enjoying it. I'm glad to see that. She's back. Evie's back in the driver's seat. Next time you get pulled over, be sure to tell the police you know G-Law. There you go. Then you could try crying, or both. You could say, I know G-Law, and then start crying. And then they'll be like, oh shit, that guy who does Beat Saber? Oh God, sorry. You know what? Just go home. Just don't do it again. Can't believe you watched that dude play Beat Saber for 3.5 hours. It's all right. Everything's gonna be okay. I still love that Imagine Dragons. Well, Imagine AC/DC's from the damn 70s. Imagine Dragons. I was into music in the 90s, and I never heard of them. All right, I don't know when they came around, but honest to me, anything that became popular after 2000 is new music. So, which is like, and I know that's like an old person thing, because I grew up in the 80s. When I first got into music was in the late 80s. When I was a teenager, and I remember thinking that stuff from the 70s was old as shit. It was like, oh, 70s is like old stuff that grown-ups like. And now I'm like, yeah, that's right. I've arrived. I've arrived at middle age. I've been here for quite a while. I hope to stay here a little longer. When I play Battle Brothers, your pulse is like 20? Well, hey, maybe that's an endorsement for Battle Brothers. For people with high blood pressure. I could play Battle Brothers. They calm down. A lot of people do cry after acknowledging they know G-Law. Yep. Well, that's one thing that's never happened to me. Is I've never in real life, this would have been much more likely to happen in LA. I never in real life at any point was walking somewhere like in the grocery store or at the train station and someone's like, holy shit, are you gaming lawyer? Not that I would expect something like that to happen, but there was a point at which when I was really growing, I was like, I wonder if someone's ever gonna run into me and recognize me from YouTube. So, but nope, never happened. I mean, the only exception is when I actually went to VidCon. But then I had to wear a shirt that said gaming lawyer on it because I didn't use a webcam. It's like, hey, it's me. I'm the gaming lawyer. Look at my shirt. For you, it's tears of joy, but for others, less so. But the crying after you acknowledge that you know me. You put Stalker on? You talking about the game Stalker? I had to mod the hell out of that shit to make it work. And then I over-modded it and it crashed my shit. I tried to use that anomaly mod. But... am I licensed to practice in Washington or actually I'm only licensed to practice law in the state of California. It just so happens that the job that I have it's not technically the practice of law, and what we do also is not centered in any particular state. So to get the job that and it was one of the reasons I ended up with getting the job through legal placement agencies. I moved to Oregon. I only had a California license, so unless I want to take the Oregon bar, which I don't want to do, I never want to take a bar exam again in my whole life if I can avoid it. I mean, if the circumstances are right, I would do it, but I found this job and it required that you have an active law license, but it said in any U.S. jurisdiction. So the main thing that they wanted is somebody were people who were that knew how to think like lawyers and knew how to analyze, knew how to navigate the things that we navigate in our jobs like a lawyer. But we're not actually representing people as a lawyer represents a client. That's not what we do on our team and in our department. So, but yeah, if there was anyone in Oregon or Washington that needed legal help with something, I couldn't help them. And in most cases, even if they're in California, at this point, I wouldn't help them because it's so far removed from what my professional strengths are and what my knowledge base is that I would just honestly refer someone to whatever their issue is refer them to somebody who has a lot of experience in that particular area of law. Because whatever I could come up with, based on my knowledge, can really only be like really surface level. Because there's a lot of nuance in the law that I wouldn't be aware of because I haven't practiced in those areas. Dude. Oh, you put Stalker on your Steam Deck. Okay. You once told the police that you watched G-Law? He felt so bad he wrote himself a ticket. Okay. Alright, okay. When they saw G-Law, they thought, oh, the gaming lawyer? I thought you were much younger. Oh, the gaming lawyer, all one word? Yeah. We thought you were 8 years old. No. Am I the new Chuck Norris? You're about to Yumi. Now, I think I can say this much without violating professional ethics. The whole thing about having to be licensed in particular states is for two reasons. One is they want people who are competent in the knowledge of that, whatever the laws are in that state, and how they're, because each state does a lot of things differently from other states. And then the other is kind of a territorial thing. They don't want people who haven't gone through the credentials for that jurisdiction taking their business, right? So there's two counts. It's like you don't encroach on another territory's legal profession if you're not licensed, if you haven't jumped through the hoops that they've jumped through to be able to practice law in that jurisdiction. So it's a sort of two competing, or two reasons that overlap: competence in that jurisdiction and also just the territoriality. So even if I could give somebody excellent advice, if I could do a shit ton of research and give someone excellent advice for how to handle a legal problem in the state of Washington, it would still be considered professionally unethical for me to do so, because I haven't gone through the steps, because a law license authorizes you to practice law in a jurisdiction. If you don't have a law license and you try to give legal advice, they call that the unauthorized practice of law. It's like driving without a driver's license, basically, as far as they're concerned. Except you know, if you lose your law license or get disbarred, that's some serious shit. Because you put so much into getting licensed as a lawyer, it takes so much time and money and work and effort. Like, you don't want to mess with that stuff. Even though I'm not really using my license actively, it is still active. It's always been active. I am an actively licensed attorney in the state of California, and I have been for, over 10 years now. I know you were joking, but, you know, it comes up, so... Yeah, I know you weren't seriously going to ask me for legal advice. That I did give... No! Advise you never to talk to cops, and I never will. Yeah, well, I figured I could give Brad legal advice in China because I don't think their lawyers can come after me. But yeah, wait, did I just catch up with stream with this with all the talkie? The talkie? I'm at this point, I almost don't even want to play a game anymore. I just came on here to chat. Like, okay, so Fallout 4. Really, what put Fallout 4, because Nick asked if I've been playing it. No, I haven't been playing it. But what did put it back on my radar again recently is the first month or so that I had my VR headset, I was keeping an eye out for VR versions of games, and I got Skyrim VR. I played a bunch of Skyrim VR. I mean, not like super far into the game, but I probably played like 20 hours of it. That's a lot to just kind of dabble in something. You know, maybe 15, I don't know. And then I got Fallout 4 VR, and I got it working enough to where I kind of got excited to play Fallout again, but it was horribly broken, and they had mods, and so I spent a bunch of times trying to mod it with community patches and other things to make it work well. And it was just frustrating, so I basically gave up on it. But it did plant a seed back in my head that I'm interested in. I kind of felt like a vibe to play Fallout 4 again. That doesn't mean I'm necessarily, you know, I'm backlogged as shit with games. That doesn't mean I'm gonna, I'm now gonna start playing it tonight with the intention of, this is the game I'm just gonna finish. I'm gonna play it now to completion. I just felt like playing it. So, we'll see how that goes. I doubt it's gonna be something that I'm gonna, I'm not necessarily planning on keeping playing it. We'll just put it that way. I almost did Project Zomboid again tonight, but the only reason I didn't is because, well, I guess Fallout 4 does the same damn thing. I don't want to be dealing with that inventory management the whole time. But now I'm like, yeah, Fallout 4 is all inventory management too. G-Log getting disbarred and trying it. Classic. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, Pool of Radiance is it's a way of life. Did my Fallout sex mods work in VR? Do I have any? Now, first off, no, I did not attempt to. Now, you could see when I was streaming Skyrim that I stumbled across a batch of adult-themed mods, and I was like, all right, let's see what those are like. You can grab people and they got jiggly body physics and stuff. Why the hell wouldn't I give it a... but no, for Fallout 4, the mods that I tried to put in there were just real, like, basic shit to make the game work good. And I just broke it. It would crash constantly. I couldn't get past the part where you leave the elevator from the bunker to the surface. It would crash. And then I think I finally found a way past that. And then all of like the Pip-Boy interface was all fucked up. Like all the stuff on it was wrong. It didn't navigate correctly. It was broken. The Pip-Boy was broken, which is a big problem. And then I tried fixing it for like an hour, and then eventually I was like, oh shit, I'm done. So, and the Skyrim VR sex mods didn't work that well either. Too. Now I got some naughty outfits on those and some nice body physics. That's cool. But the actual like, there's some actual kind of like sex mods where you can push a button and you can select like, oh, you tag a character, and then you can choose from these like 5 different things that they'll do like a blowjob position. They'll do this or they'll do that, and I'm like, okay, I'll see what that's like. But kind of where it was broken, so I was like, okay, well, that's not. You got 231 mods in your Fallout 4 game right now. That was one reason I haven't played Fallout 4, and this is also a disclaimer, too. Probably a year and a half ago, I got interested in like modding Fallout 4, and so I think I put a good number of mods into this. I don't remember what they are. I did launch the game to make sure, like before I streamed, I launched it to make sure it would still launch and work. But if you mod a bunch of things and then put a bunch of mods on something and then you don't play it for 2 years, sometimes that ends up biting you in the ass. In fact, I should open Vortex. I didn't even think to do this. I'm going to open Vortex and just make sure, because it'll do some mod management automatically. Let me see. Fallout 4 VR? Nope, we're not going to play that. Fallout 4. Fallout 4 mods. Oh shit, now it wants to... Oh, god damn it. Okay. Vortex has got an update, now it's restarting itself. The 231 is less than usual. That sounds like a shit ton of mods, but I know if you play a game a lot and you like to mod, it's not that hard to get there. I don't think I've done more than maybe 70 or 80 mods in a game. But when I play games, I tend to only play them for a few weeks. Like when I'm into Skyrim, that might be I'm into it for like a month. Except when I was streaming it in 2016, I did play Skyrim for several months, but I mostly only played it on stream for the most part. The mods have DLC. That's the thing about Skyrim. The other thing about Fallout 4 VR that I didn't like and I think is really stupid is it only includes the base game, and they have no intentions of adding the DLC. And I mean, I think when they did Skyrim VR, it was like the special edition. It had all this stuff. And I think because they never released something akin to the special edition for Fallout 4, that's what I heard is why they didn't do the same thing. Because for Skyrim, it was easy for them because they had Skyrim SE, which is just like a packaged single game that combined all that stuff together that they could just go bump, put it in VR. That wouldn't be the same with Fallout. So they just didn't do it, and it sounds like they're never going to do it. So that's another thing. I'm like, do I really want to get too far in? And I think there are ways you can drag it. You can take, if you own the files, you can copy them from your non-VR version into the VR version, but it sounds like it's super unstable. So that was the thing too, is like, do I want to get too involved? If I get this working and I really get into it, do I really want to do that? Having like, because I've never finished the game and I've never played the DLC. And so do I really want to get that jumping with both feet into the version that doesn't have that stuff? You put 231 mods in this session. You played 101 hours. Oh, that's not a whole lot. You add in like 60 mods that you need, and then one at a time, every time you find something that needs fixing. Wow, okay. 525 was your highest in Skyrim, but after 700 hours, you get bored of replaying it. That's fair. Hey, what's up, Stone? Lawkhawks. How you doing, man? Yeah, I think all told, between Skyrim and Skyrim Special Edition, I probably have, I would guess, somewhere in the neighborhood of 700 hours between the two. But a lot of those hours were hours that I spent streaming it, because in 2016, I think it's 2016, I got a new video card, and for the next 6 months, that's almost all that I streamed, it seemed like. The next few months anyways. And so it's a lot of time having the game on while I'm slowly shuffling around Riften talking to a chat, you know? Never touched VR Skyrim or VR Fallout. Skyrim VR is actually good. I was into it. There are some things about it that, like, one thing, when I'm playing Skyrim, you can use texture packs and all this stuff to make it look better, but it's still an old engine, and the geometry is pretty limited, and you don't necessarily, I never really noticed that stuff that much until I went in VR, and it's like those textures are physically right there, giant, right in front of your face in real scale. And that's when you really start seeing like, oh, like the roads look, and when they're on my screen, they look natural, but now they look like weird blocky geometry. You see that a lot more. And just because it's being brought to you in real scale in a way that you're not used to experiencing. And the problem is too, is you can still try to mod the hell out of it and put all sorts of visual mods, different things into it, but you can't get away with doing too much of that in VR. Yeah, at least you can't get away with, you can get away with a lot less than you could on a PC, because it's also got to do the VR thing and interact with the headset and get it into that format. So if you try to mod it, like I did a few visual mods, and it really made you do not want to play low frame rate games in VR. That's not a good experience. So yeah, I had to walk that back. So then you're back to original textures, and of course the original just world geometry in general.
Let's go, pal.
Now, I haven't tried the Forest in VR. Have you? I've heard it's actually good in VR. And I think we talked about this before. It's a little bit like Phasmophobia, that game that I played it, and as soon as a ghost whispered in my ear, I like took the headset off. When I screamed like a little girl, took the headset off, threw it on my bed, and walked out of the room to calm down. And then I turned it off. I like the Forest, but the Forest actually freaks me out. Like the cannibals and the shit that lives in the underground and all the mutants. That shit actually... I don't want to experience that in VR. That's why I got into playing Valheim. Valheim can be challenging and stuff, but it's a lot more of a... In that sense, it's a lot more chill of a game. You haven't but never launched it? You're never a fan of the cannibal fighting. Okay, I got you. Yeah, Phasmophobia. Now, I still have thought I would someday probably like to play that with other people. I've only ever played with it a little bit by myself, and I like what they're doing. But I was like, yeah, if I really want to get into this, I'm probably going to need to do multiplayer, because it just seems like it's too hard to... You can only carry a couple things at once, and it assumes you're going to be like with a team of people and they're all bringing different ghost hunting tools with them. Not one dude trying to juggle everything. But it's totally my jam. Like that whole theme and that whole... I don't know. It's a game I think I could really enjoy if I got into playing with other people. As you know, I'm not... Even with people I know, like Nick and whatever else, I'm not a big multiplayer. I typically like... Video games are my downtime. I typically like to play them alone and not be like talking and interacting with people. That's one of the things I like about Dead by Daylight is it works well even if you're not talking or communicating with other people. It works better if you're a team of survivors and you are communicating with each other. But it's set up to let you just be... You could be a total introvert all night long and play it like it's just a video game where the other characters are very realistic. Oh, all right, Stone. I'll keep that in mind. You want to hear it? Yeah, no, and I told that story for those of you that weren't here, but that did happen where because you know, I looked in Steam for all the games that I have that will play in VR, and so I installed that and I played it for probably about 10 minutes. I was in the very first house and I'm going around turning the lights off, and then like all the lights would turn off and fuck. And then I'd turn the light, go down to the basement, hit the breaker, turn the lights back on, and I'd come back upstairs, and there was a pop, and all the lights went out, and then I heard a whispering, and I swear to God, in the VR helmet, I could almost feel the cold breath breezing onto my ear of this angry spirit whispering in my ear. And that was fucking it. I was out of there. Helmet off, screamed like a little girl, helmet off, walked the fuck right out of the room. I was not gonna be there anymore. That probably wouldn't be as bad if I was playing with other people too. An RX 590, okay. So maybe someday you pay me $100 to tap me on the shoulder. I don't think she would do it because she's much more like scaredy about stuff than I am. So I think she would feel too awful about that. So you'd have to pay her a lot more money. $100, not enough. It wouldn't be enough for her to want to do something like that. But if it was like a sizable chunk of money, she'd probably be like, well, I'm sure Ryan will understand once he's done peeing himself that it was an investment. It was an investment in our future to do this to him. It wasn't just a I dare you prank to see him piss himself. Oh, all right. Man, I'm getting a little worn out. So let's see. Beat Saber. I've been playing again this week, 1 to 2 hours a day. That's really the only real news. That's the only real news in my life. I went to the doctor. My numbers are looking good. My blood pressure was down. We'll see how my labs turn out. I got my labs. We'll see what happens there.
Let's go, pal.
But, yeah. Oh, we'll see. That's the big news for this week. Work. Work is work. Mellow week for the most part. But, alright. Oh, wait, I was going to check this mod thing. For mods. Manage rules, categories, check for updates. Plugins. Sort now. I'm probably gonna break some shit. I actually don't have that many mods. Oh, never mind. I do. A lot of them are installed though. I think I've only got like 12 mods actually installed. So it's not that much. It's real basic stuff. And then I have graphical mods installed. That's the one thing I'm like, if I had more time, I'd probably undo the graphics mods. All right, let's get ourselves in game state right now. Yeah, being able to say you lost 12 pounds while enjoying yourself is huge. That's the thing that I regret too. Is I wish I'd actually weighed myself at the beginning of the year. Because I honestly don't know how much I weighed. I just assumed because during the pandemic, since I've been working from home, that because I sat on my ass so much, and last year I was like, you know, I was just not really keeping track of what I was eating. I just sort of eat whatever. I was still doing my Huel shakes every morning, you know. I made some good decisions. But I was expecting that I would probably like, yeah, whatever I weighed in at the pre-pandemic, I'd probably still be in that neck of the woods, if not a little heavier. So, but I may have lost less than that. Who knows? But yeah, no, and I'm feeling good too. I'm feeling like more light and more limber, and it's getting harder for me to get, because the Fitbit tracks your like when you're in the fat, they call it the fat burning zone. It's a certain range for you of what your heartbeat needs to be in order to be like actively burning fat. It's a fat burning zone, and it's getting harder and harder for me to push myself into that fat burning zone, because I think it's getting like I'm building up some stamina, so the stuff that I'm doing isn't taking as much of an effort as it did a few weeks ago. So that's why now I keep moving up until I'm playing to harder difficulties, and I'm doing songs like now that I couldn't even do when I streamed a week ago. I'm able to beat them now. But some of them kick the absolute shit out of me. But if I try to do the stuff that was kicking the shit out of me 2 or 3 weeks ago, it's just like, all right, this is not, I mean, it's still exercise, but for like cardio type stuff, you always want to be not necessarily like horking your guts out of breath, but like puking and unable to breathe, but you want to be at where your breathing is a little escalated, your heart rate is a little escalated. And if you're just like doing all this stuff and it's like, yeah, it feels like this is not much more exertion than what I'm typing. Your wife and you exercise 4 times a week? Yeah, Stone, I was saying earlier that because I've been doing Beat Saber so much, I convinced my wife, or she would express an interest in trying it. So she tried it for the first time yesterday. And then we spent like an hour and a half taking turns. Like she'd do 2 songs and I would do 2 songs and she would do 2 songs. I don't know if we'll ever get a second headset, because I think there's some sort of multiplayer you can do, I think. But I don't think you could do it if it's modded, so I don't know. Is there a multiplayer Beat Saber? I'll have to look into that. Maybe she would get her VR helmet next year. 90 seconds at a time. A walking exercise. Okay. No walking exercise. Or no walking exercises.
Let's go, pal.
Yeah, that's right, Stone. Your body's been through some shit. All right.
45 seconds of gameplay.
All right, what's happening over here? All right. So I think I'm going to start a new game of Fallout 4. Boom. Do they have an ability to launch? Well, here we go. I thought there was an SKSE. Well, it wouldn't be. I guess it'd be FOSE for Fallout that you launched the game from, but I couldn't find it. So that's another thing I'm concerned about. But it looks like it's... Wait, where's the music? Hold on. Hello? Isn't there usually music at this point? All right, now something's fucked up. Yeah, let's get the hell out of here. I'm going to try launching it a different way. Options. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. I tried launching it through Vortex. So I'm hoping that was the issue. The reason I did that is I thought if there is a script extender that it needs to be launched through. All right, this is weird. Okay, hold on. Let me try a couple things. All right, get out of the game. Because I screwed around with a bunch of my audio sources last week because I was streaming through my helmet. And it could be that when I was setting up the stream, trying to change everything back to normal, I made a weird decision on something. Okay, I think I found it. I'm using the wrong... This headset has two different audio channels. And I think I had it set to the wrong one. It has one for game and one for chat. And we change the source in audio. Change that to... Okay, this should do it. So I think I literally wasn't feeding desktop audio properly. All right, so it wasn't the fault of Vortex. Jumped to conclusions. A jump to conclusion mat. It's a mat that would have different conclusions that you can jump to. This is a terrible idea. The game of did I fuck up or did it fuck up? I fucked up. That was me. I did it bad. Okay, it should work now. No, I create background videos that I do on my welcome screens. Oh, now the chat's all covered up. All right. This game, when it goes into full screen mode, screws there we go. Screws them with stuff on my second monitor a little bit. All right, you can close. Oh, that's a little weird. Audio's a little fucked up. My headset couldn't be failing. No, well, I'm gonna have to play it. It's acting like the bass is causing like a little crackling. I don't know if you're hearing it or if it's my headset doing it, but it's subtle, but it's there and it bothers me. All right, let's get back here. Okay. So I'm going to go new. Mods are currently loaded. Achievements are just, I don't give a shit about achievements. Never have, never will. I know all you kids, you love your achievements. It's on my, okay. That could just be like literally my headset is, I don't know, having a hard time handling the boomy bassiness of that. But this headset usually is pretty good at handling shit though. So that makes me worry about what the hell's going on. But that's a me problem, not a you problem. You can hear it on the low end when I talk. The slight staticky crackly. Okay, we're gonna I started from the beginning. I haven't actually played this from the beginning for years. Nick's been asking me to play Fallout 4 for years. Nick even bought me the Game of the Year edition. All right.
War. War never changes. In the year 1945, my great-great-grandfather, serving in the army, wondered when he'd get to go home to his wife and the son he'd never seen. He got his wish when the U.S. ended World War II by dropping atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The world awaited Armageddon. Instead, something miraculous happened. We began to use atomic energy not as a weapon, but as a nearly limitless source of power. People enjoyed luxuries once thought the realm of science fiction. Domestic robots, fusion-powered cars, portable computers. But then, in the 21st century, people awoke from the American dream. Years of consumption led to shortages of every major resource. The entire world unraveled. Peace became a distant memory. It is now the year 2077. We stand on the brink of total war. And I am afraid. For myself, for my wife, for my infant son. Because if my time in the army taught me one thing, it's that war never changes.
It certainly doesn't change in the Fallout games. Except Ron Perlman's not saying it anymore.
War never changes.
You're gonna knock him dead at the Veterans Hall tonight, hun.
You think?
Absolutely. Now get ready and stop hogging the mirror.
Right.
All right. I'll get to make... I think I like the default character. Wait, did I already pass it? I should have just kept it where it was, because I think I like the default character face. Oh, was it that? Okay, hold on. This guy. Need to do the catchphrases. You spend more time than you'd like to admit arranging flowers in your settlements and creating elaborate manufacturing systems to convert raiders into food that you sell back to their friends. That's awesome, man. Let's see. I like the old looking dude. All right. But can I make the hair different? Oh, geez. I have to push special buttons. See? Black. Black, dark brown, cool brown. There, I like that.
Nice. Did you get a haircut?
Why, yes, thank you for noticing. I forgot the whole, like, style. 9 to 5. Do a pompadour. Colonial? Is this like...
haircut's really working for me.
Can I turn my... I want to turn my head. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll give him that. I think that was the original Lawrence Hawk. Little ponytail. That's good.
I was looking...
Facial hair.
Yeah, Sean has your smile.
I do kind of like the Lone Wanderer. Just the heavy stubble. The Prospector. I hit gold, boys! Honest Abe. Nope, going back up. Lazy morning. Daddy-o. Get a nice little, like, pencil-thin mustache. The man's man. All right, now we're just gonna go with this.
Beard or no beard?
The color. Steel. Oh, that's kind of... I like the idea. He's got steel eyes. Yeah, we'll keep it at that. I'm going to keep everything else the same. I don't want to go super in-depth.
Sean totally has your eyes.
Sex? Yes, please.
Hey, my turn, big guy.
Oh, shit. No, get... I mean, not that I wouldn't necessarily mind playing a lady.
Just slide in here.
But, you know, he's got to be Lawrence Hawk, though. That's the problem. Muscular. Yeah, we'll do him like, this is how I'm going to be. No. Just like, sort of like, yeah, it's just going to be a dude. Little on that side. He's gonna go out in the world and mess some shit up. Yeah, it could be a Loretta Hawk. That's a good point, Nick. You spent 50 hours of your life making the perfect player model. You regret nothing. All right. Yep. Where do I get to tell them that my name is Lawrence Hawk? I forget. Can I mess with the FOV here? FOV 85. There we go. I like that. That's better. Oh, I think this is a mod that lets you skip past the whole introduction if you've played it a bunch of times. I think I want to... Yeah, I want to do the whole as if I'm playing it for the first time just to refresh my memory of the story. The name and stats come. That's right. It's when the guy comes to your door and he's asking you to fill out like a survey. Hey, buddy. What a cute little tyke. What could go wrong? What are you doing, lady?
Hun,
We should take Codsworth to be serviced soon, don't you think?
You can do FOV 8590, second numbers for third person. Oh, I didn't even know that.
Ah, good morning.
You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'll try that. That's
173.5 degrees Fahrenheit.
FOV 8590.
Brewed to perfection. And
I'll let it stand.
paper just delivered.
Hey, Codsworth.
Thanks, Codsworth.
Of course, sir.
Yeah, it didn't seem to change, but I would imagine it automatically would be wider FOV when you go into third person. But I'm fine with, well, you know what, let's test that theory. Now that we're taking, I'll do FOV 8595. Huh? It actually zoomed in. FOV 85. FOV 90 95. Oops, not 05. I don't want to break the damn game. All right, I'm going to stop messing with it. First is third? Now I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
I shall attend to young Shaw.
You know, I was nervous at first, but Codsworth's really good with Sean.
Huh?
Nervous? Don't be. Everyone's gonna love the speech.
360, 360. Yeah. So wait, I forget, am I supposed to, I don't think I'm supposed to be doing anything. Here comes the guy. I forgot, now I gotta figure out what stats I want to
Can you
give
get
him.
that?
Fuck,
It's probably that salesman. He comes for you every day.
Good morning. Vault-Tec calling.
yeah.
Vault-Tec? Remind me again?
Why, we're about you, sir, and helping secure your future. You see, Vault-Tec is the foremost builder of state-of-the-art underground fallout shelters. Vaults, if you will. Luxury accommodations where you can wait out the horrors of nuclear devastation. You can't begin to know how happy I am to finally speak with you. I've been trying for days. It's a matter of utmost urgency, I assure you.
What's so important?
Why, nothing less than your entire future. If you haven't noticed, sir, this country has gone to heck in a handbasket. If you'll excuse my language, the big kaboom is... It's inevitable, I'm afraid, and coming sooner than you may think, if you catch my meaning. Now, I know you're a busy fellow, so I won't take up much of your time. Time being a precious commodity. I'm here today to tell you that because of your family service to our country, you have been pre-selected for entrance into the local vault. Vault 111.
But there's room for my entire family, right?
Of course, of course. Minus your robot, naturally. In fact, you're already cleared for entrance. It's just a matter of verifying some information. Don't want there to be any holdups in the unforeseen event of total atomic annihilation. Won't take but a moment.
Yeah, tell me more.
Tell me more about this vault.
Oh, it has all the amenities of the modern home, I assure you. Not to mention total protection from nuclear radiation and hostile mutants. A better future underground. It's not only our mission, it's our passion.
Now, I can't wait for the world to end.
That's the spirit. Now, let's see.
You know what's funny is, you know, the other Bethesda games, I'm used to reading out the prompt that I'm going to choose because the characters aren't voiced. And that's what I remember streaming this before, that being like awkward because I'd still read it and then I'd click it and then he'd say it. And I'm like, oh yeah, the character talks in this one. Yeah, I don't know if I'm aware of the streamer creator news this morning, and I'm not sure who Thick44 is. So admittedly, I don't pay a ton of attention. All right. Well, first off, let's try to get everything up to a basic. We like intelligence. Agility, action points, your ability to sneak. We like that. Oh God, it goes quick, doesn't it? I can always. The reason I would pick strength is because I like to be able to have a perception, weapon accuracy, and VATS. Okay. Yeah, we'll leave it like this. That's fine. Because I think 3 is like normal. Neebs Gaming, Thick44, what? Okay, so I don't know. I still don't know who that is, but that's sad. That's sad, though. I'm wondering how much... I haven't paid a whole lot of attention, even though I'm very excited about it, to Starfield. But I wonder when that game launches, how much of a leap forward it's going to be in terms of like visuals and character animations and stuff. Well, little footage I've seen, I think it is a significant improvement, but it's still, Bethesda. All right. Got 0 points available. So wait, why won't it let me, oh, I have to put my name. Lawrence Hawk, of course. Hawk with an E, just to make it interesting. All right, now it can accept.
Wonderful. That's everything. Just gonna walk this over to the vault. Congratulations on being prepared for the future.
Thanks again.
5 minutes later.
That's worth a little paperwork, right?
For you and Sean, no price is too high.
Good answer.
I have my moments.
Mr. Hawk, Sean has been changed, but he absolutely refuses to calm down. I think he needs some of that paternal affection you seem to be so good at.
You heard Codsworth. Go on.
All right. Well, Rasmodius, the way you described that, that's not too bad at all. I thought it looked good. Those are some pretty high bar games. They did a free trial of Star Citizen. And I played it for a few hours. I almost liked it enough to consider buying it because it was very immersive. But I'm pretty sure I would end up, because I play solo and stuff, I probably end up bored pretty quick. So I didn't take the plunge. But what's already there is pretty immersive. It's just, what you can actually do in it is pretty fair. Not Fallout 76, no. But Red Dead 2 I consider big. Outer Worlds was okay. Star Citizen, I think, has pretty spectacular graphics from the limited experience that I have with it. I think Fallout 6 has good visuals from what I've seen. But I didn't feel like Fallout 6, or 76 rather. I didn't feel like Fallout 76 was a huge departure from Fallout 4, though.
How are the 2 most important men in my life doing? Spin the mobile a bit. He loves that.
All right. What an endearing moment. I'm so glad that this life that we have will last forever. Right, honey?
Hey, how's my little guy? Much better now, huh? Listen, after breakfast, I was thinking we could head to the park for a bit. Weather should hold up.
Oh, we're going to head to the park, all right. And do what? Oh, sarcastic. Don't be a dumbass, dude. Save the sarcasm for people who deserve it, not your special lady.
And do what exactly?
Sir? Mom? You should come and see this!
Codsworth, what's wrong?
We'll be right back, young boy.
Followed by flashes, blinding flashes, sounds of explosions. We're trying to get confirmation.
What?
We seem to have lost
did
contact
he
with our
say?
affiliate stations. We do have coming in. That's confirmed reports. I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. My God.
Oh my god.
We need to get to the vault. Now!
I've got Sean. Let's go.
All right,
Residents of Sanctuary Hills.
come on.
Are registered. Evacuate to Vault 111 immediately.
Still there? I'm feeling surprisingly protective of my wife and baby character in here right now. I know what it is. I'm like sad. Knowing what's gonna happen inside the vault.
You don't get in. I'm going in. You can't stop me. Okay. I'm reporting this.
If you're in the program, step forward. Otherwise, return home.
We need to get in. We're on the list.
Infant, adult male, adult female. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Good luck,
You
ma'am.
two, follow me!
Come on,
Come
let's-
What's gonna happen to all those people outside the
We're doing
gate?
everything we can. Now keep moving! Step on the platform! In the center!
All right.
Almost
Perfect
there. We're
timing.
gonna be okay. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too.
Hold on!
Future America needs you. I will be the foundation of the future society.
We did it. We made it.
Hey,
Everyone, please step off
gonna
the
be okay,
elevator
right?
and proceed up the stairs in an orderly fashion.
No need to worry, folks. We'll get everyone situated in your new home. Vault 111. A better future underground.
So we just...
Yes, up the stairs.
I can't believe it. If we had left a minute later.
Everything okay?
No,
We don't.
Don't
made
get
it.
caught up thinking about that. You're safe now.
All right, go ahead.
Everyone,
Go ahead,
head up
my
these stairs
darling.
And through the door there.
You go first. I got. She's going to wait for me to go. Okay. I really feel better if you come out of there, and I just follow you. I go behind you. I think these visual mods are making things a little choppy here.
Male.
Head down the hall.
Good. Female and right over there. Good.
Yeah, looks fine.
Take a vault suit, then head down the hall.
Hey, look, it's Mega EV7. The other Eevee. How you doing, man?
Over there. Take a suit.
One vault suit. Now just head down the hall.
It really bothers me these people are not following the designated walkway when they go over there.
Each of you take one of these.
As Lawrence
Brand new
Hawk,
vault suits.
a representative of the law. I'm gonna walk here.
Just step over to the table.
I'm going the correct way, sir. Don't rush me.
It's down
Thanks.
the hallway right there.
Hey, look
What
up fail added. That doesn't
He'll show
bode
you
well.
where to go.
All right, you three. Follow
Follow me.
That was not a good sign.
See? This is our new home.
That's a sign that the mods I have in here maybe broke the game. Oh, DLC for... Okay, cool.
It's gone. Our home. Everything we had.
My mother and
What?
father down in D.C.
How long do you think we'll be down here?
What if they didn't make it?
Oh, we'll be going over all that in orientation. Just a few medical items we have to get through first.
It's a good fit, don't you think? Just checking everyone off the list as they come in.
Prepared for the future, right?
Such a lovely family you have. I hope you'll see this as your new home.
Yeah. Alright, so...
Just step in here and put your vault suit on.
Who's my little guy? I'm not going far. I'll just be over there.
Alright.
See?
What?
Daddy's not going far.
All set? Just step inside and put on your vault suit.
I'm feeling a little hesitant about this.
The pod will decontaminate and depressurize you before we head deeper in the vault. Just relax.
Time for a whole new...
They're fibbing. That's not what this thing does at all.
Secure. Occupant vitals. Normal. Procedure complete. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, like I said, when I modded this a year or two ago, it's also possible that the mods are not working together now the way they did 2 years ago. It's one of the reasons I keep not going back to games that I've heavily modded. I don't want to mess with... Like, when I get into it, I get into the modding, but when I just casually want to, like, hey, we want to play Fallout 4 today? I'm like, shit, if I really wanted to get in this game for reals, I'm probably going to have to spend 2 hours figuring out how to, like, wipe the mods and then rebuild it.
Open it. Almost. Everything's gonna be fine.
I've got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean.
Alright, that's fucked up.
Let's go. At least we still have a backup.
Cryogenic reinitialized.
Yeah, so when I put a bunch of mods into a game and then I don't play it for 2 years, that's one reason why I won't go back to that game, because I'm like, I'm gonna have to do some like research and triage. So that was one of the disclaimers getting into this today, is it's like I very much like, if I start playing it and it starts really acting weird, I'm just gonna go, play Vampire Survivors or something. Is this the New Vegas? Mega Eevee. It's Fallout 4 New Vegas 76. That's one thing. When I was doing VR, I read all this shit. There's so much going on in the computer terminals. There's a lot of storytelling, and when I'm streaming, I don't like bothering with all of that.
Come on, come on, come on! Oh, God!
She's gonna be fine.
I'll find who did this, and I'll get Sean back. I promise.
She's gonna be fine. She was cryogenically frozen. We can bring her back. Everyone's gonna be fine. You ever played this as the dude your brain thought? Your brain thought you modded the screaming of the dude in the chamber. Oh yeah, I don't know. I've only ever been Lawrence Hawk. Alright, that's running. I checked on my wife. That ring is valuable. Support. Oh, we get out of here. Adjustable wrench. Oh, I don't have a Pip-Boy yet, do I? Gonna need this ring for wife number 2. Alright, here we go. Yeah, there's one thing in the VR version. I couldn't even get the baton to load at this point in the game, so I had to punch everything to death. That was the first sign that the VR version had some issues. Security instructions, protocol manual. Yeah. Hell of a way to get a divorce. I'm sad. I feel really... For some reason, what happened to his wife at this moment is making me very sad. Cigarette carton? Yeah, I'll some of that. Now, should I start just collecting shit? Cigar box. Cigarette. Wait, where's the There we go. Three and 4 will need to find their own rings. Same with husbands 1 through 3. Diversity. Press mouse 1 to attack. Yeah, buggy, buggy, buggy. Sneak attack.
Roaches? What the hell?
Let the bitch tactics begin. That's what I say. Can I open this now? Alright, now I gotta see what's in here first. No, I'm not even gonna bother. Does C do anything in this game? I'm gonna leave it, but the button I usually have become accustomed to using for crouch is set differently on the gamepad for this than I'm used to. I'm wondering if there was a reason. So I'm gonna leave it alone. I use this when I play games, and there's a custom profile for each game that I play. That's what I'm mumbling about over here. And I'm used to having what would be the C button on a keyboard as my crouch toggle in most games, instead of control. Yeah, I was thinking to recall that, like a little video game or something. But I came here to play Fallout. You know, that's the point. That's the situation that we're in right now. I'm here to take a nap. Oh, he's really slow with this thing, isn't he? Since I didn't give him any extra strength, I'm probably not going to spend a lot of effort developing his melee skills. Oh, there was a stim pad over there? Okay, I'm going to have to take another look at that. Stim pack. Is it next to another recreational terminal? Oh, is there a desk in here? Alright, well, I guess I'll just keep an eye out for other recreational terminals that I may have missed. What a recreational terminal? There's this one, and was I just at one a minute ago? Doing a little backtracking here. Here, I think there's a terminal in here. Yeah, there it is. Okay. That's what we were talking about. Hey, Halo, how you doing? Seems like it's been a little while. Not too long. You're still streaming, right? It's weird because I go through phases where I'll notice people streaming or get notifications that they're streaming, and usually if I see you streaming, I'll come in and say hi or give you a like at least. But you guys remember Halo? Back from the good old days. Halo plays a lot of most of the games that you play are games that I think are interesting. All right. A lot of open world stuff. A lot of Skyrim in particular. What are these Nimrods doing? They're gonna walk right into the lightning, huh? They're very passive, aren't they? I thought they were aggressive. All right, now I just pest control service here. God, no, I'm not gonna take the meat. I just killed for sport. We can't have giant cockroaches running around. That's my point. You just finished off Final Fantasy Crisis Core. How was it? That's on PC now, right? That was on PSP originally. If I'm remembering right, that was a PSP exclusive and now it's on PC. Unless I'm thinking of something else. Because I remember when it came out, like, originally, I thought, like, oh man, I wish I could play that. Then I forgot about it. Hey! I guess they're not all passive. He was running for his life, and not even taking the meat.
What happened here? Where is everyone?
Oh, look at the goodies here. Alright. Oh, we better, before we push any more buttons.
Nice. Coming back later for you.
Yep, I will never remember that that's there. It was good, but they messed up the voice acting. Oh, that sucks. Like, could they have just kept the original recording? Or did they actually redo it? Like, the dialogue was actually different. But that sucks when they improve something. See, lately, I've been playing VR. I got a VR headset for my birthday in November. And I've kind of gotten, like, completely sucked. Last week I streamed Beat Saber. I'm into some stuff I never thought I'd be into. I was dancing to Lady Gaga, for God's sake. All right. And I think I need to do something in this computer terminal, if I'm remembering correctly. Pick up these eyeglasses, too. Oh, are you on there? Oh, God, yeah, I gotta remember that. I'm trying to think. I think I might be G-Law on the headset. Now I can't remember who I am on the headset. Do you do Beat Saber? I've modded it to add extra songs, so so I think I'm locked out of multiplayer because I have a modded version. But I have a ton of custom songs that I've added through SideQuest, and I got the rock pack, which is like okay, it's got like Guns N' Roses, a couple things I like. I thought I'd be really into it, but what I've really been into is the Lady Gaga. I got the Lady Gaga music pack, and I got the Billie Eilish music pack. I didn't even know Billie Eilish hardly at all until I was thinking about looking at the music packs, and I was sampling like what songs were in each of them, and I sort of immediately sort of liked Billie Eilish, even though that's not usually historically the kind of music I like at all. Your Halo Smith on Steam and Oculus. You have it on Quest, and you know what? Yeah, I've been thinking about the same thing for having it on Steam. And one of the incentives is because it's easier to mod. Because if I'm going to stream it, I'd like to be able to use a third-person camera mod. Because the first person view for streaming, you barely see but just the tips of the sabers, right? And it'll be a lot more satisfying to watch if you could see the sabers doing all their motions. I don't think I want to. I don't know. I'm debating doing like myself on cam, and doing Beat Saber. I feel like it probably, like I keep saying, I probably look like the Star Wars kid when I'm actually playing. Inside the headset, I feel like I'm incredibly cool, right? Like, oh my god, I'm so like hot. Like I'm like remember thinking back to my clubbing days. Like, yeah, I'm on fire tonight. Star Wars kid all the way. You got the Quest 2 and still never used it standalone? You don't trust the store not to vanish any moment? I'm not worried about that, honestly. I'm really not worried about the Quest store. The reason that PC VR is better is because the graphics and the games are better. If you've got a PC that can run it, they're better. But having a game installed onboard into your helmet makes it run a lot smoother. So that's actually one of the things I was concerned about. Is if I'm streaming and I'm doing like either the link or more commonly I'm doing the I'm just using virtual desktop and going wirelessly into Steam VR, does playing remotely through the PC version into your Quest, does that introduce like lag or moments of lag? Because Beat Saber is so rhythm based and there's so much precision involved in hitting all those beats correctly, that if there's all these little moments of lag throwing off the beat, like that's one of my hesitations, is that's going to make the game problematic to play. It's less lag with the cable, but I don't want to play with the damn cable. I guess with Beat Saber though, you don't do a lot of turning around, right? So if you just got the cable in a position behind you where it's not like in your way, I guess it wouldn't be that bad. So I think the other problem that I have is the room where I have my gaming PC doesn't have a lot of space for something like Beat Saber. Like I have a ceiling fan that comes down, and I was doing like something where I got my hands up and I actually hit the controller against the ceiling fan at one point and made me think, okay, I should probably, I play it in the other big room. We have vaulted ceilings, so I don't have to worry about that kind of, and it's got more space. So when I was streaming it, I was actually casting from the headset to the app on my PC and then capturing that on OBS. Oh yeah, no, Maxi's not lying. That's what I have said about Resident Evil 4. That game is, well, it's stressful and difficult enough that when it came out originally, was it in GameCube was the original platform, and I had a GameCube. I stopped playing because it was too stressful and hard. And I mean, part of the dark atmosphere makes that element worse. But then I'm like, man, I know everyone says they did a really good job porting it over. But having a hard game and then playing it in VR, where you're like, you're aiming and stuff with your hands, and if I go to find your Beat Saber stream, I use the cable. You know what? I might actually look up your Beat Saber stream now that you mentioned that you have one, just to see what your setup was like, or what you were doing was different from what I was doing. It won't glitch out to the point of being unplayable with a 2070 GPU at the worst lowering. So what I'm more concerned about is when I play over, even with a cable, and it's a little worse playing it over virtual desktop wirelessly, is it'll play well, but then there will be like what feels like actual like data gaps where it'll freeze for a second, or be like everything will turn kind of black and like lose connection for a second, and then it'll come back in. And those little things will, for me, last maybe half a second to a second. But if that sort of shit was happening, like in a lot of games, you get something like that, and it's not that big a deal. Oh shit! Orpane escande, orpane escande. I didn't say hello. You're from last time. You said my hand is getting pained if you're playing Beat Saber. I've been playing Beat Saber every day. It's just kind of a pain to stream it. So I didn't feel like dealing with it today. It's a really good port. I couldn't get Subnautica to work in VR. That's one game. It's one of the first Steam games, because it's supposed to be VR compatible. But it doesn't work with the controllers. And I couldn't get, for some reason, I couldn't. Maybe I need to play with it more to make an actual like gamepad work. Because that's a game that I would like to play in VR. And that's the kind of scary that I can deal with. Where it's that more, well, there's some real scares that pop up, but it's more of that atmospheric scared, the dread of going deep into the dark sea and knowing that there are things out there, as opposed to a Resident Evil 4 where it's because 20 bullet spongy terrible things that hurt you a lot are coming at you at the same time, and you have no way to like get away from them. I think that's what, like, the anxiety, the level of anxiety that I want to avoid. Although, what I have brought this up a couple times already. Have you played Phasmophobia in VR? Because that's one that I tried just by myself a few weeks ago, just to see what it was like. And I haven't played a ton of Phasmophobia. I like the idea, but I haven't really done. You need multiplayer, and I'm not huge into multiplayer games. But I was playing around with it, and the very first house, at a certain point, like there was a pop and all the lights went out, and then like an angry spirit whispered in my ear, and I swear in the VR helmet and in VR, it felt like I could feel the cold breath on my neck. Like that's how it felt. And I screamed like a little girl. I tore the helmet off. I ran out of the room. And then I went and told my wife, if you just heard me scream like a little girl, don't worry, I'm fine. I just got a little scared. The Twilight Zone game. I don't know anything about that. I think I've seen that it exists. Aside from that, I don't know anything about it. You can't deal with the dread. That's fair. That's totally fair. So maybe someday I'll play Phasmophobia if I get a few people together that I know, where I'm actually chatting with people. But that feeling of being alone in that house and the lights turning off. It happened a couple times first, and it was like really, really uncomfortable. Like I was just really kind of freaking out a little bit. And but then when the whisper happened in my ears, like, nah, I'm out. I cannot. And hey, Kink, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. They were talking about I got my VR helmet for my birthday a few months ago and trying different games on VR. You get an extra hand, so it's cheating? Okay, so you've played it in VR. Yeah, mostly what I streamed it last week too. There's some people like it and some people don't. I've been obsessively playing Beat Saber for about the past month. And I believe I've lost somewhere in the neighborhood of at least 10 pounds in the last month. I've also been eating better too. So a 1-2 combo. But I've been playing on my own time. I've been playing Beat Saber for 1 to 2 hours, 5 nights a week. And I've been just having an absolute blast with it. And I've actually lost about 10 pounds. I'm using it now as an exercise routine because I really have a lot of fun playing it. And it's like I can feel I'm actually getting in shape. So it's not very often that I find something that can physically improve me that I actually enjoy doing. Like I remember I got the Wii Fit back when the Wii Fit came out. But at the end of the day, when I would do exercise on the Wii Fit, it still felt like I was doing a workout. Whereas when I'm doing something like playing Beat Saber, I don't feel like I'm working out. And it doesn't advertise itself as like a fitness or workout game. But if you're hitting all those beats and you're grooving to that music, then it's a good cardio workout. You know what? I haven't tried any of the exercise games, and now that I'm getting more into using the VR for that, I've thought more about it. Have you tried them? I know that they seem like they'll give you a little taste, and then you have to start paying like for a subscription. But it seems like there's a couple on there that seem like they're very popular. I did get a couple of the boxing games, and actually, I should revisit it now that I've actually built up a little stamina over the last few weeks. Because when I started playing Beat Saber, I actually played, was it Creed, that boxing game Creed, and I was in the first like practice match where you're in the gym and you do a little training, and I got so exhausted just trying to play like 3 rounds, little practice rounds against this other like super easy dude, that I couldn't finish like the introductory tutorial. It literally kicked the shit out of me. So and I have there's that one they've had for a few years that's not like a licensed game. Was it Rise of the Champion or something? I forget what it's called. But it's a big one. And it's been out for like maybe 3 years at this point or more. And I got both of them because they were on super sale. I picked up a bunch of games on sale. Some I still haven't played. You know what I ended up getting that I was surprised how much I liked, which I should revisit, is the table tennis. Is it Table Tennis 10 or Table Tennis 11 or whatever it's called? The first time I launched that thing, I ended up playing it for 2 hours. Let's see, Supernatural. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I know, or I've looked too much into that one. You've been playing Ring Fit, and you like it a lot, but it does feel like a workout. Okay. So, because you know what? This is what I was saying about Beat Saber, and one of the things that I like about Beat Saber is when I was a younger man, when I was in my, like around 20 and in my early 19, 20, probably like from 19 to 23, I was of an age that I used to like going to nightclubs, going to dance clubs. I grew up in San Diego, and that's what everyone discovered when you turned 18. Like, you couldn't go to clubs and drink in the US, but you could go down to Mexico and do it. So, and I had a friend in college who'd been going, and I was 19 before I ever did it, but I went, and I had such crazy good times. Like, crazy, yes. So sometimes scary, yes. But I used to go to Tijuana, these clubs, and I had such a good time. And I really kind of got into just being in a club and like dancing to music and like feeling the music and moving to the music. And I really I don't think I ever was good at it worth shit, but I really enjoyed doing it. And for some reason, like playing, well, not for some, it's not like a mystery or anything. Beat Saber taps into those feelings. And so there's kind of a nostalgia to it and this feel of like engaging physically with music, like feeling the music and sort of being physically attached or connected to the music that I really, really like. And so that's why it doesn't feel like a workout. It feels like me just literally becoming fully engaged with the music to hit all those beats, you know? Yeah, totally. Well, that's a Star Wars kid going on. Like, I got my wife to try it, or she's interested in trying it after seeing how much fun I was having for the last few weeks. So she tried it. Now she's addicted too. But yeah, that's I think what I like so much about it is it's not like, oh shit, I have to do my 30 minutes of Beat Saber. It's like I'll start Beat Saber, and like a couple weekends ago, it was on a Saturday. I took the helmet off and it was like, what the fuck? It's dark outside. It's dark now. Like we have one light on the corner, and the room I was in was like really dark. And I was like, what the hell? It was like the middle of the day when I started doing this. I think I went for about 2.5, 3 hours. According to my Fitbit, I burned 1,700 calories during those 2.5 hours too. So, hey, you have something that you're enjoying so much that you don't want to stop. And I've never experienced that before with something that's like ends up being like a workout. Well, so far I've come close to that too with the batteries, but I bought one of the headsets that has a battery pack built into the back. So I've got a cord that comes forward that I plug into the front of the headset, and it adds probably another 2 to 3 hours of battery life. So I very rarely run out of battery life for that reason. So, and it's funny because I was questioning whether I would need the battery pack. Like, will I really play it long enough? Because some people say you don't need it because you'll never play VR long enough. It's like, fuck no, I do. I've played VR. I'll spend half a day doing different things in VR. Yeah, I forget which one it is. It was one of the biggest, most recommended peripherals, and they have just a non-battery pack version. And if you look up YouTube videos about like best head straps for Oculus, it's like there's a couple of them. There's like 2 different ones that are really huge, and this is one of them. Yeah. And that I can't compare it. I never even tried the original head strap because when I bought the Oculus, I purchased the battery head strap at the same time. So literally out of the box, I never even put on the original headset for use. I immediately put on the actual one that I bought, and I think it's worked out really nicely. The Quest Pro is much better balanced, but it costs 3 times as much. They need an Under Armour third-party strap. Would that make you happy, Brad? Would you want to see me stream Beat Saber if they had an Under Armour third-party strap? You finally got a link cable with external power supply, so you never have to stop VR. This is one thing that kind of sucks, is I paid to get a link cable because it has the USB-C, which it can trickle power. That was one of the reasons. Because the computer I have has, right in the front, it has a USB-C port. And I didn't realize, this is a custom built computer. I had a company build it. So like I chose the motherboard and everything else. And what I didn't realize is that, yeah, it's on the case, has the USB-C, but the motherboard doesn't support USB-C. So that's just like a dead port. So obviously I can still plug it into a regular USB like 3.0, but like with an adapter, but it's, yeah, I did not get full use of the link cords cable's capability. It's not 3K, is it? I thought the Quest Pro was around 1,500. Is it 3K? I don't remember that shit. I could have sworn it was around 1,500. It doesn't trickle charge? Well, then I don't know. I heard even when it does, it's not necessarily enough to keep you in business. Like it's not just going to it won't keep up with the usage, but that it helps. Yeah, 1,500. Okay, that's what I thought. The top case, let's see, Type-C needs a PCI slot. You had the same issue. Even your 3 people wouldn't work. So you got this one that plugs into your PC and into the wall. Oh. Oh wait, but you're... So your cable is getting data from your PC to your headset, and it's also getting power from your plug outlet at the same time? I don't know if I'm understanding you correctly, but it sounds like that's what you said you're able to do with the setup that you have. Oh, 2,100 Canadian. Okay. So Canadian dollars. No. That's a cool setup, Raz. That's why you bought Alienware. I used another company. I did research and it was just like, I'd never heard of them before, but they were reputable. And now I can't remember what their name is. I'm really happy with what they gave me though. It's not my fault that I chose a motherboard that wasn't modern enough to support all the features that the case could offer. That was my own downfall. The case is nice too. Everything's nice. I got this in 2019. It was my birthday present to myself. And yeah, I've gone through spells of having some crashing issues. I don't know if it's the PC's fault or not, but I've been really happy with it. All right, take a look at here. Evacuation tunnel. Here we go. Now, normally I'd read there's a lot of interesting stuff going on in this vault, but in the stream, I don't want to get into that. I could spend an hour reading all of the journal entries. That's not, to me, a good way to do a stream, though. It's $41 and 16 feet. Normally, you can use a default Quest charger. You plug that into the side cable. Plug it in the side of the box, then plug it in the wall and the PC. So it's like kind of like a splitter. Then you plug the cable into the box, and then the box goes 2 different ways, so that it's combining that. The box is combining the PC data and the power. Okay. I think I'm getting it. Yeah, you know what, Halo, and this is one reason why I liked streaming Skyrim so much, is I'd already played and beaten Skyrim multiple times and all of the DLC before I ever started streaming. And so when I'd play, it meant I didn't have to pay it wasn't like I was experiencing it, trying to be immersed and playing it for the first time. And it's where a lot of games I'll be like, yeah, I don't want to stream this. Unless I'm at a point like Red Dead, I was like that. But then at a certain point, I'm like, Red Dead Redemption 2 has got such an awesome world that I found I enjoyed streaming it. And maybe I wasn't doing main story quests, but I was just going out in the world and just finding the random stuff that happens out in the world and finding that I enjoyed streaming that. But if I really want to immerse and see what's happening in the game and follow what's happening in the game, I don't really like doing that on stream. One, I have a hard time focusing on that when I'm looking at the chat and I'm playing the game, and I just can't get immersed in the way that I would if I were sort of quietly focused on the game. And then the other thing I get concerned about sometimes too is, the way streams are, is people come and the people go. Some people maybe have played it, some people haven't. And at any given point, if someone comes in like an hour or two of my stream and I'm 20 hours into a 60-hour game, and I'm spending a bunch of time looking at like the lore and story of what's happening at that stage in the game, I'm kind of feeling like, unless it's someone that, like, I know Halo, you got people that hang out in your streams and they're there. They're there. And so they probably can follow along because, but I think the people in my stream mostly don't give a shit about what I'm playing. I mean, they'll like appreciate different things and have fun watching me play games, but I don't think anyone's going to be like paying any real attention to like, let's follow this story closely from beginning to end. Right. So part of it is I think it's the sort of expectation that I've cultivated in the people that watch my streams. Is I don't think that that's the product that I've sold as my as what you get when you come more the thing I do. I'm famous for 4 hours in Riften, and we talked about that. That's a stream where it's a little bit like what I'm doing right now, except more exciting. This would be 4 hours in the overseer's office. We'll call it that. The infamous 2017 4 hours in Riften stream was just me basically. I was in Riften and I crouched and walked in circles around Riften, just the town of Riften, for 4 hours while all I did was talk to chat. I got absolutely no gameplay done. I didn't do any quests. And it's everyone, you all remember that very fondly, right? 4 hours in Riften. They call it like this historical event. Remember 4 hours in Riften? Yeah. Everyone, I was there. I was there during the 4 hours in Riften. Were you there, Kink? I know I knew you by then. Yeah, I get 45 seconds of gameplay, which I can't even trigger automatically without. Here, let's do it. I still got that. Somewhere. Here we go. That was a bit choppy. The game minimizes when I go over to the OBS manually like that. For you, it's not that you're not interested in the game, but rather more interested in talking to you. I've already played the story of the game 5 times, but you still sucked me in for another. Okay. Yeah, at this time, like playing this game, you can see I'm skipping stuff. I have spent the last 35 minutes, I don't know how long, it's probably been 40 minutes in this overseer's office doing nothing, just talking to people. I see people like Halo come in who I haven't seen in a while, and now we're like, oh, you're in a VR too. I'm getting all into this stuff, and I'm basically completely ignoring the game at this point. Let's see. Well, I can do the 45 seconds, but then the game has to be. You should still be hearing the 45 seconds. Oh no. Why is that not happening? All right. I was having some trouble setting up the audio of my stream earlier, so I think maybe I just outmaneuvered OBS a little bit. Properties. Nope. Weird. Weird. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about that right now. But now I'm wondering if I play just my other stuff. Are you hearing that anymore? No, you're not. Trailer?
It's all over, but the cry.
45 seconds of gameplay.
All right. But now I've got to change the audio source back to the other channel so you can actually hear the game when I go back into it. Things got a little bit weird in my audio tonight. It's complicated. Like this headset has 2 different channels. There's a gaming channel, a gaming audio channel, and a chat audio channel. And I started in the wrong source, chat instead of game, and I think that screwed things up so that now it won't do both at the same time anymore. All the stuff that on OBS for some reason is only feeding through the chat channel, probably because that's what I originally had the audio set to. It's probably like, you guys like, what the fuck is he talking about? People haven't messed with all the audio shit that I deal with for the last 7 years in OBS, trying to figure out how to make everything work. All right, I'm gonna just turn it back so that we can hear a game when I go back into it, though. It's gonna go like this. Game, okay. And just audio balance is always like, you find that too, Halo? That even after we've been doing this for like 7 years, that every time you play a new game, it's like, hey, how's the audio? Is it drowning me out? Can you hear the game? Can you hear me? Every time Windows updates, it breaks. Yeah, or OBS does an update, things will break. I had like cams, like the whole cam streaming on OBS for me broke. So now I have to use like the Logitech capture and use that instead of my direct cam source. It's just shit like that. All right. I tell you. It'd all be worth it if I was making a living off of this. But speaking of cam, hold on. My cam's looking all jacked up. I'm all out of sync. Here, let's gonna restart that. I'm still here. The way that I'm doing it, for some reason, it's gotten progressively more and more out of sync through the duration. Oh, that looks good. Okay, there we go. It's still out of sync. Who cares? Okay. I'm just not gonna worry about it, right? I'm not gonna get all OCD and worry about it. Who cares? You're not here to see synced cameras. Cameras synced with audios. Nobody who comes in my stream expects that shit at this point. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna get into the game, guys. You're not gonna hear 45 seconds of gameplay though. All right, Halo. Well, it's good to see you. Yeah, I definitely need to remember to find you on Quest. And you have a good night. It was good. It was nice hanging out with you a little bit. 45 seconds of gameplay. You know, I made that myself. All right. I think that was the only... Yeah, that was the only thing in here that... Did I make a mod to make running faster? He moves really fast. A lot faster than I expect. Wait, how do I... Oh, Q is VATS. I forget how this works. Am I gonna keep shooting the dead body too? No. Yep, bitch tactics 101. Use VATS. Oh, he's shrewd. Oh shit! God damn it. You like the 45 seconds of gameplay, Evie? It's almost as good as Evie 23. It's the other song that we're famous for that I never recorded. Not for lack of trying. Alright, can I sneak up on this? Nope, there's nobody here. Nobody here, Mr. Cockroach.
Is this all that's left?
Alright, clearly I'm supposed to go over there, but let's have a little look about first. Maybe you're not supposed to go over there. There's a lot of shit down that hallway. Rounds. Wait, how do I switch my damn weapons? There we go. Wow. That roach, like, didn't even know I was here. They added a melee bash for ranged weapons? Whatever it is, I don't have it. I don't have a shortcut for it. So, hey, Elizabeth. So what this is Fallout 4. And now that you're here, I almost wish I was starting over because I spent so much time. Fallout 4 is sort of a fictitious future. It's a parallel future where after World War II, like civilization harnessed nuclear power as like the whole civilization became based on it. So this is like 2077, and I think it's sort of like the setup to World War III, and it's about the world gets demolished by nuclear weapons, and so all the Fallout games, the whole premise is for one reason or another, you are a person that's in a vault deep underground, and every game starts with you being in a vault. And in this case, I was like cryogenically frozen, so I actually, when the attacks happened, I had this arrangement to be able to come to this vault and be cryogenically frozen. And now I've woken up, who knows, I have no idea how much later. It turns out it's like hundreds of years later. And everything is all messed up. I think we were only supposed to be in the vault like frozen for a year or two. That's not the case. And in other games, literally the vaults have civilizations inside that go for generations, for hundreds of years. 5-6 generations of families living in these vaults in this sort of like very clustered society. And then at a certain point, events happen where you have to leave. Like in one game, the water filter system that keeps everyone alive breaks, and so you have to be sent out into the world. You're the first person in 200 years to leave the vault, to go out in the world and find something to replace the broken water filter part. So it's a little bit like Mad Max type futuristic setting. In fact, this is up here is the vault door. Okay. All right, so Pip-Boy is like a 10-pound version of an Apple Watch. So the tech in this is it's got, because the World War III happens in 2077 is when the bombs drop, and that leads to the collapse of civilization. And but the aesthetic is very 50s. It's sort of like the way that the homes worked were sort of based on like those old films from the 50s and 60s that talk about the House of Tomorrow. And it's totally like dated with that era's design aesthetics. The whole world of 2077 in this game is like that. It's like the 1950s vision of what the future was going to look like. So it's kind of interesting, like the art design in this. All right, I've been over here, right? Okay. Some doors opened up. So that was not a new way for me to go. So I'll bet one of these dead bodies has got here it is. It's right here. It's the 10-pound version of the Apple Watch right here. Exiting the vault in these games is always such like a big moment, though. Okay. Oh shit! I used my stim packs by accident. That's no good. Inventory. Weapons. Security baton. There, we'll make it like that. Stim pack. We'll put in slot 8. See, real. It's kind of realistic how long you've been wandering the vault. I mean, who wakes up and instinctively goes right to the rad zone without knowing it's all clear. And that's what I've been skipping. Is there's a whole bunch of computer logs in here telling what happened, like what the real purpose of this vault was, and because it was secret, they told people like, "Hey, we're going to sign you up for this program where if the worst happens, you can come to this shelter and you'll be protected." And they immediately throw you into these cryogenic things. They don't tell you that's what they're doing to you, and it's just like sort of an experiment to see how it would work. Except the protocols to release the people never got triggered by the outside world because I think everything was destroyed. So these scientists stayed in here for a long time, and I think by the time, Gus, darn it, that was all my health pads. That's fine. All right, so now I can open this up, and we can step out, our dramatic step out into the wider world. And the funny thing is, when the game starts, you're actually playing in the future 1950s neighborhood. And when you leave, it's the same neighborhood like 150 years later after the apocalypse. Oh, okay. Okay, Raz. So this door has not been opened in probably 150 years, 200 years. I'm not sure how long after the apocalypse this is set. But yeah, these reveals of leaving the vaults, always one of like the best moments in these games. Alright. Let's just hope it doesn't crash now. This is where my mods might break the game too. Oh. Change name, appearance. No, I'm good. You get to customize your character earlier on when you first start the game. Their look, name, appearance, strengths, weaknesses, so forth. All right, let's do it.
Enjoy your return to the surface, and thank you for choosing Vault Tech.
Atomic Hot Rod. So, yep. That was my old neighborhood down there. Rad away. We can use that. Comfy pillow, maybe not so much. Hey, look, more stim packs for the ones I accidentally... I did green up the way... Oh, okay, so this is how I get back... I can get back down in the vault. There was like a locked container in there. All right. Yeah, so I've added some visual mods too. some E&B, some lighting, some shader mods to change the default what they were with the game. And one thing that I've always liked doing, because when you play the default game, the entire world is just still all burnt out and everything is brown. All the grass is dead. And so there's a mod that I agree with the philosophy with, is that over 200 years, if there's still, you know, birds, there's still life out there, then maybe, yeah, like trees, they could be dead, but you're not going to come out to a world that is completely devoid of life. If any life has survived, there's going to be some green as well. That stuff would come back. So I think it's more, and it also, it just makes the world look nicer to have those extra colors. All right, some ammunition. What is this? Some cram. Obviously, a spin on spam. Prepare for the future. So this is the advertisement for this Vault-Tec vault. So yeah, when you played it, you got to go through the whole thing. You're with your spouse and your child in the house when they notice that the bombs are hitting, and everyone's running through the neighborhood. A bunch of people running up here to these gates, and they're not letting anybody come in, and except you're signed up for this program, so they clear you and your wife in there. Events occurred during while you were frozen, where your wife, someone came in, stole your kid, and killed your wife when she tried to stop them. You play once or twice in the dead world, then green it up to keep the exploration fresh. Yeah, I mean, when I first played, I played it pretty vanilla. But I quickly, when I started looking at recommended mods, because I'll do that with Bethesda games to get ideas for, and I really just liked the pitch about, and this is, I think this is a subtle, like a touch of green. There's a mod I think called Touch of Green, as opposed to, there's like a full-on spring mod where all the trees are lush and green and everything else too. This is still a world that has been horribly scarred by the nuclear apocalypse. But their life is returning, but it's not like a lush, you know, where everything is green and vibrant. It's true, life might not come back green. But I would expect though that if the world bounces back in a way that supports our life, then we might expect to see, because I would think if the whole chemistry of everything changed that dramatically, it's very likely that the chemistry would change in a way that would be very hostile to our existence. But you're absolutely right. After something that dramatic happened, there's no reason to expect that you'd come back to see life living and growing in the same way that it did before. Okay, so that robot over there was our robotic butler. And that was my house. He's still doing, however long it's been, however many 150 years, he's still doing the yard work. When the Vault-Tec guys came, they're like, yeah, you can, your wife and kid can come, but we won't take the robot. My guy's name is Lawrence Hawk. Hey, buddy!
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
Codsworth. What happened to the world?
The world, sir? Well, besides our geraniums still being the envy of Sanctuary Hills, I'm afraid things have been dreadfully dull around here. Things will be so much more exciting with you and Mrs. Beck. Where is your better half, by the by?
killed her?
Sir, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Sean does so love that game.
Sean was the baby.
Is the lad with you?
They stole him.
He's gone. God damn it. Someone took him. Someone stole my son.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
200 years.
200 years? What? Are you...
A bit over 210, actually, sir. Or give or take a little, for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack? You must be famished.
All right, Codsworth very clearly is not... something's busted inside of him, so he does not really appreciate or understand what the implications of the civilization being wiped out is.
Cat got your tongue, sir?
A snack? I don't know. I'm not sure of anything right now.
He does sound like Stewie.
Right back.
All right, what's he doing? So this is my old house. It looked a lot nicer when I fled it at the beginning of the game. Let's see what... Oh, he's actually going to make food?
Mr. Hawk? Ah, here you are, sir. Now, I've been thinking, if something is amiss, your loved ones may simply be hiding from the Red Menace.
Propaganda, of course. The Red Menace.
The Red Menace. Gotta be kidding me.
I have an idea. Let's search the neighborhood together. After all, the Mrs. and young Sean, they're my family, too.
Yeah, no, that's what I like about this is he's... Now, depending on the name, he wouldn't get it, but when you name your character, Codsworth will call you by your character's name. I think probably if it fits within certain parameters. I'm gonna ask him, are you sure you okay, dude? You seem like...
You were going to say?
Yeah. I can make it louder. All right, let me get it back up. All right, once it gets going, let me know if this is better enough. I could turn it up a little bit more. I could also go into the in-game settings and possibly turn it up more there. Codsworth.
Codsworth. Are you sure you're holding up okay?
Oh, sir, it's been just horrible. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve.
Here, let me see too if I've ever turned. Sometimes, and when I'm playing these on my own, I'll turn the audio down a little bit. Okay, the voice I can turn up just a touch. It's good now? Okay.
I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed, but nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood.
Poor Codsworth. Poor Codsworth.
And don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car! How do you polish rust?
Oh no. Oh, dude, I'm sorry, man.
Whoa. Focus, Codsworth.
I'm afraid I don't know anything, sir. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. I thought for certain you and your family were dead.
Oh.
I did find this holotape. I believe the missus was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
A holotape? What's on it?
I believe it's a private message for you. My etiquette protocols would not permit me to play it for myself. Any standard holotape reading device should be able to play it back. Oh, like that Pip-Boy on your arm. That should work brilliantly. Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall we search the neighborhood together? The missus and young Sean may turn up yet.
Oh, come on, Codsworth.
There's nothing left here. It's all gone.
Well, if you wish to venture to parts unknown, I won't stop you. I shall guard the neighborhood in your absence.
It's a Dear John letter. Oh, no. Let's see. Can I play the, Peril? Oh, it'd be data. Workshops. Oh, maybe not data. Map, radio.
This is Diamond City Radio, and I'm, this is me, Travis.
The radio station.
Anyway, let's find out what Danny Kaye knows about civilization.
Oh, here it is.
Oopsie. No. Fingers away. There we go. Okay. Just say it. Right there. Right there. Yay. Hi, honey. Listen, I don't think that Sean and I need to tell you how great of a father you are. But we're going to anyway. Isn't that right? You are kind and loving and funny. That's right. And patient. So patient. Patience of a saint, my mom used to say. Look, with Sean and us all being home together, it's been an amazing year. But even so, I know our best days are yet to come. Big changes, sure. Things we need to adjust to. You'll rejoin the civilian workforce, and I'll shake the dust off my law degree. But everything we do, no matter how hard...
It just occurred to me, Nick. The wife had a law degree. So maybe it would be better, it would be more thematic to play Loretta Hawk instead of Lawrence Hawk, because he's ex-military. But his wife, because when you start the game, you can choose your gender, and that'll determine whether you are playing the husband or the wife in this family. You can play as the wife's character instead, and it's the wife who survived. So yeah, that would make more sense if I was Loretta Hawk.
We do it for our family. Now, say goodbye, Sean. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Come on. Bye, honey. We love you.
So no matter how they coax him, I'll stay right.
You get lawyer lines if you do? Oh, gee. You've yet to find them in your thousands of hours. Okay. Hey. Oh. I love the music in the Fallout games.
There we go.
When they've got 2 weeks vacation, they hurry to vacation ground. What do? They swim and they fish.
Empty milk bottle. Baby bottle.
So bongo, 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 I don't wanna leave the Congo. No. Bingo, bango, bongo, I'm so happy in the jungle, I refuse to go.
Mr. Handy Fuel.
No jailhouse. Shotgun. Fish hooks. I got my spears.
So no matter how they coax him.
Okay, so this is just crafting materials. Ooh, bottle caps.
So I think I'll stay where I am. Civilization. I'll stay right here.
Here's the baby's room. The game Blast Radius. Beloved by families everywhere. Blast Radius. Ooh. I haven't looked. I don't remember, but I'm. Raz, you would know this with your 270 mods. I'm sure there are music mods. There've got to be music mods to add more songs. But I always love every Fallout game will have different style. Well, this all sort of same style of music, but they each have their own soundtracks. And I always really enjoy them. Loads of are they like thematically consistent? Like it's the same kinds of music. It's just different. That would totally be worth doing. Do you have those mods installed in your playthrough? Yeah, for some reason, especially playing Beat Saber but just in general, I've gotten really into like listening to music the last few weeks. Like I've always done it, but I've like when I'm working and stuff, but like I am so digging this music. So yeah, Elizabeth, they absolutely, this is a big studio that makes this game. They have very huge budgets. So they would absolutely be paying license to use these songs. And in fact, what happens to my video is the copyright owners to these songs automatically have filters that run through YouTube. And they will, now I have the ability to monetize my videos. I'm a YouTube partner. I'm able to put ads on my videos so I can make money off of ads. It's negligible. Even when at my height, I would probably make a few pennies per stream. So it was never anything I ever worried about. But when you play copyrighted content, the copyright owners can automatically program like filters that will detect it and implement a certain policy, which in most cases is they will monetize your video and they will collect the revenue. So rather than like they could strike your video down, they could take legal action against you, but it's become the norm that that's the case. So I am going to pay in some sense for having this music on my stream, although I'm sure I paid a hell of a lot less than the development studio did. It's oh crap, I didn't even see that. Okay, they're coming for me. I forget, are the cars explosive in this game? That's like that flies like a spitter. Oh, you get off. No. There. They can shoot stuff like a regular video game, but that's one of the things I like about the modern Fallout games. I like VATS mode. The music defies load time. Music transcends time. That's the moral of the story, Nick. Hey, Nuka-Cola. Is Nuka-Cola still radioactive? I can't remember. What about this stuff? Dresser. Eat the Nuka-Cola? All right, let's see what happens. It does slightly irradiate you. I could use a little bit of health. It was delicious, Brad. Just like real soda, only slightly radioactive. Gives you that pep that you need to get through the day. Do I have?
I only had a bobby pin.
I don't have bobby pins. Okay. Where's a man gonna find some bobby pins around here?
Bob Crosby there. That's a good one, huh? Thank you, Bob.
I like this radio DJ. He sounds nuts. I don't remember any of this stuff. It's been so long since I played this.
This is Diamond City Radio, and I'm, it's me, Travis. Anyway, here comes Bing Crosby saying we should accentuate the positive. I guess that was easy if you were Bing Crosby.
You got to accentuate the positive.
Now I want to see if I can turn up the music. Oh, the radio. Yes.
Eliminate the negative, latch on to the affirmative, don't mess.
I was going to say, can I turn the TV on? Nope.
You got to spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum.
I should probably be ready for something to pop out at me, huh?
Liable to walk upon the scene. To illustrate my last remark,
Bottle caps are the currency in this world. So when you find bottle caps, so when I drank the bottle of soda, it said bottle cap added. That's like $1 of post-apocalyptic currency.
To the affirmative, don't mess with Mr. In Between. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. Oh yeah. I'm gone.
Hey, weed whacker I can't interact with. Okay. Weapon rounds, I can live with that. Step through the wall. No, too tight.
I'm as corny as Kansas in August. I'm as normal as blueberry pie. No more a smart little girl with no heart. I have found me a wonderful guy.
I think not. And some of the earlier Fallout games, if you hit cars that still had nuclear reactors, you cause a miniature nuclear explosion. I haven't even been checking the mailboxes. Hey, Orpale, Escalate, what sound? I was shooting at the car. So that's what you meant. Painted cars explode. Okay. Are you talking about the music? This is all like 1940s music. World War II era, or again, maybe 40s and 50s.
No more a smart little girl with no heart. I have found me a wonderful guy. I'm as tried and as gay as a daisy in May, a cliche coming true. I'm bromidic and bright as a moon, happy night for an hour on the stew. I'm as corny as Kansas in August, high as a flag on the 4th of July.
Nope. Come on.
If you'll excuse an expression I use, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with a wonderful.
Shoot every Kia, but you know that is the parent company to my beloved Hyundai.
Say, Wanani, I was by your house last night, and guess what happened? What happened, Mom? Your grandma was playing the numbers. Well, you just finding that out? Well, what do you know? We found out. Yes, we did. We found out. Now we know. We found
Kind of hard not to memorize the music. They repeat basically every hour. Okay. Yeah, so far it's fresh because I haven't been playing this very long. But if I think that's definitely something. If I keep playing this, I just randomly felt like playing this. I don't know if I'm committing to the 120 hours it would take to beat it, and the expansions. I have never finished this game, but I just felt like playing Fallout. So we'll see where it goes. That's your favorite? Oh, nice. Grandma playing the numbers. All right. Okay, so I'm just following this street along. Looks like I can't go into that house. And moving like that house.
She's at the fruit stand every day, buys bananas by the bunch. She looked at all the price tags.
Oh, these are just actually just another layer of houses back here. Oh no, I've looked at that. Okay, I'm trying to be methodical about this. Oh wait, here's like crafting stations and stuff. Okay. I don't know if I want to deal with the crafting. I don't want to deal with the crafting right now. They're probably going to make me before too long.
That was, Winona Harris.
Well, actually what I would like to do is build a,
this radio station here, we don't really make any caps, and there are well, some people help me stay in the air. People like this, Fallon's Basement.
Normal house in 2040 in Ohio.
Fashion to Diamond City for over 10 generations.
I do like it, but it's just one of those things where
about digging for uranium,
during the stream, that's sort of thing that if I'm going to keep playing this game, I'm going to want to do it.
For fun.
But I don't want to, I'm not going to want to fumble about remembering how to do all that shit on stream right now when it's like it's almost 11. E structures. Now watch. Now I'm doing it anyways though, right? I'm surprised I don't have my gamepad set up for this. Alright, hold on. I want to customize my gamepad a little bit. So first off, where the hell is V? Where have I saved V? It doesn't look like I've saved V anywhere. All right, well, that's good to know. Secondly, I'm surprised I didn't save V anywhere. I could put it there. Secondly, arrow keys. Why don't I have arrow keys? Save. Keyboard function down. Let's just take a sec. Left, keyboard function right. All right, and now I can do this. Because I think what I was gonna build a a container, but now that I'm thinking, aren't these crafting containers? Oh crap! What's? Oh, there's like a fallout storm. All right, maybe I will do some crafting. Is this part of the vanilla game or is this a mod? Because I do think I have a weather mod. I can't remember if these radioactive storms are part of the base game or not. It is vanilla, okay. Yeah, that's now remembering. That's what I used to do. Let's see, store all junk. Well, and I'm wearing look up failed. Everything else seems to be intact, but my suit, something got lost in translation from one of the mods that I've got installed.
Everyone tells me he's no good. He doesn't love me like he should.
I guess I could look around a little bit. How is my
He's a devil. He's a But man can look me in the eye and tell the biggest, sweetest lie. And I forget that lipstick on his tie.
Where does it say what my radiation is?
He's a demon. He's a devil.
Data? I thought somewhere on stat it would tell you what your radiation status. Oh, here it is, 10. Okay.
But then it turns on those charms, and there I am in his arms, and I forget why I'm mad. I wanna tell him drop dead.
Search the neighborhood with Codsworth. Okay.
My mama must have dropped me on my head.
Oh, right. I forgot about that. You're right. Yeah, there's part of my health bar is being eaten away by the rads. And the 10 was my protection from rats. Okay, thanks for clarifying that, Raz. Used oil can.
Sometimes he's sweet, sometimes he's true. Sometimes I wish he were in Timbuktu.
You know what? I need to use a restroom. I don't quite want to end the stream yet. Sometimes when it's this late and I need to use the restroom, I'll end the stream. But I'll go on the I'm gonna go on the break stream where you're not gonna be able to hear music because my stream is broken. But you're gonna love it anyways. It'll only be a minute though. It's gonna be a quick potty visit. I don't know what you're talking about, Maxie. I washed my hands vigorously. Scalding hot water. Wire, steel wool, a wire brush, steel wool. Every time. Say, are you offering me a tissue, Raz? Oh, pausing the Pip-Boy. That was a good idea. You know, Maxie, I've read that that's perfectly sterile. So, may not smell nice, but I don't know why that would not be an acceptable method of... I mean, it gets the dirt off, don't it? Alright, we looked around, Codsworth.
Mr. Hawk, give me the word, sir, and I'll initiate my search.
Oh, I didn't do the search protocol. I already looked, dude.
Codsworth, I already looked. They're not here.
Then they're really gone, aren't they? No, sir.
Come on, Codsworth. I need your help. Where can I go?
Well, you could head into the city. Concord is nearby. But the people there are as put together as I am.
There's still people alive in Concord?
Yes, although they're a bit rough. You remember the way? Just across the southern footbridge, out of the neighborhood, and past the Red Rocket Station? I shall remain here and secure the...
It can save you from mustard gas. Wait, what is he doing?
Codsworth.
There must be someone who can help you in Concord.
Oops, something.
Some folks can lose the blue.
Alright, I'm gonna keep sweeping the neighborhood for any... At this point, mostly just ammo. I think I only searched the neighborhood. Oh, here's a cap stash. And maybe some, I'm almost certain that I've missed some, bobby pins to pick locks. I don't need military fatigues. They do anything for me?
But too much is falling in my...
Nope, what I'm wearing is actually better. Although the military fatigues add 2 agility? But no radiation resistance. Yeah, I'll trade that out for a minute. See how we feel. Look at what a dashing figure he makes. A man in sort of, well, kind of shitty uniform, but it's a man in uniform. Everyone loves a man in uniform, right? Right, Brad? I know Brad's still here.
Into each and every life, some rain has got to fall. But too much of that stuff has fallen into mine. And into each heart, some tears has got to fall.
Oh.
But I know that someday that sun is bound to shine.
Oh no! Get out of there. Abort. I just noticed he has one eye closed when he's aiming. That's cool. Nuka Cherry. I haven't been checking the backyards either, really. I don't need that.
Into each life, rain must fall. I think
yeah, I'll take all that.
Angela Fitzgerald confirming that thought. This is Diamond City Radio, and I'm, this is me, Travis. Anyway, this next song, it's, well, I mean, it's 60-minute man, and
have we gone through the whole cycle already of music?
Okay, never mind.
Okay, I just thought like the I thought the DJ lines were a repeat, but maybe he just says some of the same things. Oh no. Did I make that easy hacking in this game? That's one of the things. Travis is better than 3Dog? I'm liking his mannerism. Select the pen for the password with the mouse. If you chose the password is incorrect, the number of letters matching will be displayed. Okay, so it's a little bit like that word game everyone was playing. Okay, so soap. Hits likeness 2. Guts. Likeness 0. So that means it starts with an HI. There we go. Yep, that was it, Raz. Oh, this is just like a bunch of flavor text. It probably is gonna have stuff about like, I've got a secret stash of weapons by my barbecue pit. I'm just looking to see if anyone's talking about their secret stash of shit. I have a floor safe in there. I've seen it. Master bedroom under the dresser. Is that the one that I already saw that I didn't have any bobby pins though? They have an easy hacking mod, right? Don't they have one where it's just like, if you've got the skill, you just hack it? I wanted to say that was something they had. Okay, I don't care about all this stuff in here. A makeshift bomb, I'll take that.
No bobby pins.
No bobby pins. This is a real problem. How am I going to pick locks without bobby pins? Why am I finding all this like industrial grade medical like syringes, but no bobby pins?
What did Romeo see in Juliet or Pierrot in Pierrette or Jupiter
Oh, okay.
in Juno?
And when Salome danced and had the boys entranced,
That was a pretty close call.
that she knew how to use her.
Well, I'll find them first, then I break them. Okay, there's a card that's painted. Is that one that I can blow up? There we go. Big bada boom. Stay back though. Big bada boom. Mushroom cloud and all. All right, there. That's what I was looking for. That's satisfying. That was worth a few bullets. I'm not gonna do it to everyone. Whoa, 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 whoa. There, look, I didn't use VATS that time. You got to see my elite gameplay. Hey, bullets just sitting on the ground. No bobby pins.
why a certain girl's offered certain things like sable coats and wedding rings by men who wear their spats right.
That's right. So don't you say I'm smart and have the kindest heart. Oh, what a wonderful
Cap stash, like those. Pre-war money. Those are worth something, right? I think they're light at least and worth a little bit.
Baby, you've got the cutest personality.
Fragmentation grenades in the trash. Okay, I think I've looked at all of the houses. I seem to recall there being stuff back here, too. Or maybe this is just where I... You know what? I'm probably thinking about when I built the settlement. I built stuff back here. Like water collectors for farming or something against the river. I thought there was like a chest or something back here.
What will you do? Maybe you'll sit and sigh, wishing that I were near. Then maybe you'll ask me to come back again.
8:47 p.m. Oh, it's late. Time to find a bed and hit the hay, I think. There's no bed in here? I mean, my house is across the street, but with all the crafting stations, I feel like this is the place you're supposed to settle. Do I still have a bed in my house, too? Aw, man. That looks uncomfortable as hell. Horrible lumbar support. I could sleep in this thing.
I'm coming, buddy.
I need to make a bed if I want to sleep? Can I sleep on the... Ah, no, I can sit. I was like, wait, I can sleep on the couch. Alright, now I'm feeling the need to make a bed. Let's see.
Wishing that I were near, then maybe
Furniture. Beds. Wait, how do I rotate? Oh, some of these are like nicer than others. I'm trying to remember how to rotate, but not kidding.
I hope you liked that one. That was maybe by the Ink Spots.
Oh, there we go.
I mean, it was definitely by the Ink Spots. It's called maybe.
I like this dude. He's so nervous. I love it. No, it's not mouse wheel. It's like literally like left and right click. Left click.
Now, a word or several from our
It's a
sponsors.
little inoperant. It's very fast,
Feeling
too.
tired? Need a pick-me-up?
I have to enter.
Need a pick-me-up? Visit Chemicare and get a prescription today. A balanced life through chemistry. So, right, okay. Let's do a song by the Three Sons because, well, there's three sons.
Just playing Hogwarts and it's different. Okay.
Worry, 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 love is passing me
Let's see. So let's get a nice 8 hours. That'll get me up about 5:30 in the morning. You know, it's a good time to start the day when you're in the apocalypse. Get an early start, early to bed, early to rise. You know. And look, now I'm well rested. Where's the light? Oh, there's a lantern. Okay. Like, why is there a light in here? You old fuckers love getting up early. In real life, I often... I start work at 9, and there are times when it's 9:55 before I get out of bed. It's one of the nice things about working from home. Also, a little bit sucks when you start your day and you're literally just... You were in bed until 3 minutes ago. And the worst is when, this happened a couple times where someone will schedule a meeting right at 9 o'clock because that I need to attend because technically I'm available at 9. I'm working at 9. But in reality, I'm still just I'm just logging into the VPN and all that shit. So, but that's the worst. I've had it before where I literally roll out of bed 3 minutes before 9. I log in, I'm barely awake, and then I'm like, oh shit, I've got like a meeting. And it'll always be like a meeting with me and like 2 other people. If it was a meeting that was like 50 people where I could just sit there and not have to be participating heavily, that'd be one thing. It'd always be like, oh shit, man, I've got to present like I have to present these QA numbers like right now. All right. Well, I am enjoying playing Fallout again, though. I may keep playing this. I got a taste when I tried the VR version that was kind of broke as hell, and I'm enjoying being in this world. It feels good to be back in this world again. It's very nostalgic, too, for some reason. Well, I mean, I've been playing Fallout games since 2007? When did the first... Yeah, I think it was 2007 when Fallout 3 came out. That was my introduction to it. Think I should keep playing it? We'll see. I know, I've never finished it, so... It's a huge game. It's like Skyrim is a huge game. And I eventually did finish Skyrim, but I had to come back to it over a few years. I had to come back to it a couple times. You're liking watching it too? I'll toy with maybe this will be a go-to. I don't know. We'll see. But right now I'm feeling pretty good about it, truth be told. It was sort of a spontaneous thing that came up just tonight. And sometimes those moods come and they go. But we'll see. Yeah, oh yeah, it's quite long. It's definitely long. And there's a lot of story to it on one hand, but I also think for streaming, I like playing open world type games like Fallout and Skyrim. Now the thing is, you wouldn't see me play all the way through in a game like this because if I get into it, I probably won't play it just on stream. I play in my own time. But maybe I keep playing like VR and Beat Saber and stuff in my spare time. Maybe I do end up only playing it on stream. A little longer. Oh. All right, but for now, let's give it a save. And I need to think about wrapping up here. We'll hang out. I'll hang out for a few minutes in my classic post-stream hangout. Yeah, let's go to the desktop. And we'll change the audio source so you guys can hear my lovely music. I can hear it. You can't, but you'll hear it in a sec. And there we go. My classic end of stream. It's the thank you all for joining me again this week. It's been a lovely time for all of us, I think. We've had good times and bad times tonight. But most of all, we've had these times together. Yeah, I gave you several seconds of gameplay, even though I spent 45 minutes in the in like the vault, whatever, the vault master, the overseer's, the vault office, the vault overseer's office. Yeah, glad to be back again. No, it's good to have you, and also, you know, timely because you're someone who clearly has played a ton of. You're clearly a big Fallout 4 enthusiast. So, you and Nick too, because I don't remember so many things about how to play this game. It's not super complicated. I know I can figure it out, but it's nice having people on hand where I'm like, how do I make the bed spin? Even though sometimes you give me the wrong answers. It's okay. You know more than I do in most cases. Yeah, stay tuned for when I restart the game again in 2024, right? Well, actually, I think the last time I really played this game on stream was in 2017. It was when I was doing a lot of Skyrim. I played a few streams of this, and that was in 2017. All right. I'm glad you liked that, Elizabeth. Yeah, that'll maybe check in next Thursday if you're free and see if I'm still playing it. We'll see. You never know what I'll end up doing, right? But I'm feeling like I might play this game again. We'll see. You clearly have too much time on your hands. Yeah, if you're into a game, then just because you've played a lot of it, that's nothing. People do, people fill their time with lots of different things. So that's why, like, was it Joss who's got 4,000 hours in Skyrim? But I'm like, if that's like mainly the only game you played, you liked it that much that it was the only game you played for 5 years. That's not crazy. I mean, people put that many hours into just random, other stuff that if you quantified it, you go, could you realize you did X, Y, or Z for 4,000 hours over the last 5 years? You go, holy crap. Well, yeah. Imagine having a PG mod list. Otherwise, you'd stream the game too. So wait, what do you mean you can't stream it because you have an X-rated mod list? Is that what you're getting at? 5K in Minecraft, another 5K in BeamNG. I don't know BeamNG. Minecraft I could see for sure. For sure, I could see Minecraft. Like, I got into Minecraft in 2011 when it was still like in, I don't know if it was even in beta yet. I think it was in beta at that point. It was when it first started becoming popular on YouTube channels. But before it was like everyone knew it. And I got super into Minecraft. That's why I keep thinking sometime I need to really get back into it and see if I can get sucked into it again, because they added so much to that game after I stopped playing it. But it's a game, I was obsessed with that game for probably about 6 months in 2011. And then I played it so much and I just hit a point where I was like, all right, I'm done. And I've enjoyed going back to it from time to time, but I've never gotten into it the way that I did that first time. I'll always play it for maybe a day or two. It'll be the game I play, and then I'll be like, eh. You don't want to know what you have in WoW. I put a lot of time in WoW over the years. I still always did play other games though. But I did some serious WoW time for a while. It's a game with realistic cars. You like to drive and listen to podcasts and audiobooks without burning gasoline in real life. Okay. I know I've heard the name before. But that's cool though. That's cool. So you sort of like take it almost like you're doing a real drive, except it's not costing you $7 a gallon. For 10 years, okay, and Minecraft for 9. All right. Yeah, really, I'm trying to think if there are games that I've really gotten into like that over the last several years. Because I tend not to latch on to games that long. When I play games, like you guys have seen this, if I'm really into a game, it might be like the main game I'm playing for a month, but usually not much longer than that at this point. That's why I never finish any of these bigger games anymore, because I keep rotating out of it. But certain games I go back to, like Project Zomboid, I've sort of half been getting an itch or considering playing Kenshi again. I was trying to remember what's it called. I don't know if I'll play Kenshi again. Super sandboxy. But I was playing I've been playing a lot of Project Zomboid. Well, up until the last couple of weeks, and then it's been like almost all Beat Saber, but Kenshi's another one of those games that I can get really sucked into. Oh dang, you got a wheel and pedals too? And nothing but time. Yeah, I really like Project Zomboid, but I'm at a point now where I'm playing it and, you know, it's not structured. So there's a certain point where, especially once you sort of get yourself established where survival is not that hard anymore. Well, it's also the way, never mind. It's the way I set up the game too, because I eliminate zombie respawns. So maybe that's why it's really exciting. And then I sort of at a certain point get bored. Oh, there's a lot of ways you can make that game fresh, though. Mods and different settings. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of excited. I added a Walking Dead mod because I've been binge watching Walking Dead. I'm fast coming up on the last season, and I got a Walking Dead mod that supposedly injects a number of locations from the shows into the Project Zomboid world. Coral. Yeah, it'd be great if I had a little audio clip. You could play Rick, and you push if you push the Q button to shout, instead of having just like a text where it just says whatever. It's just an audio clip plays. Coral. Coral. Zomboid with a cassette player and music mods is fun. You got a funny video to share with you. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got that music mod. That was when we were the last time was it the last time I streamed? No, it was a time before, because I streamed it a bunch of times in a row coming into the new year. And we ended one. I think that's one of the things that got me on this like music fixation kick too. That night, Maxie, when I found those records and I started playing the records. And then, what was it? It was a Nirvana cover of a Bowie song. And I was like, oh yeah, it was a Bowie song. And then I quit playing the game and started playing Bowie. And then Joss got upset because Bowie disturbed him. It was a great time for everyone except Joss. I'm slightly holding back on Last of Us. And the reason is, and maybe other people would have different advice, but I was talking with my D&D friends, who half of them have played Last of Us, and they're watching the show, and they really think the show is fantastic. And I asked their opinion, because Last of Us is being ported to PC, I believe, this year. So I'm going to have an opportunity to play it for the first time. Well, I mean, I could have bought a PlayStation, but I never had enough incentive. So I asked, like, if I think I'm going to be playing the game, do you think I should wait to watch the show until I've played the game? Like, what's the better way to approach it? Because they said if you don't play the game at all, you can still thoroughly enjoy the show. But if you're going to play the game, the recommendation I got from all three of my friends who were present was like, no, go into the game blind. Because if you want to go into either one of them, sort of knowing what's going to happen, it's better to go into the game spoiler-free, at not knowing what's going to happen, and then watch the shows later. So right now I'm kind of holding off for that reason, and also because I've just got a backlog of shows that I'm trying to catch up on. So I really haven't been watching any other television shows except my wife can't stand Walking Dead, so we have a couple shows that we watch. She expressed some interest in The Last of Us though, so I guess if she really wanted to watch it, I might be into it now, but I think what I would prefer to do is wait for the PC port to come out, because it's going to be something that's coming out in seasons. It's not like you're gonna, I'm assuming it's going to come out in seasons, it's not just like a limited series or something. If I was going to stream the game, Raz, you would suggest watching the show first? You're watching it as it airs because you know some doucher will spoil it for you eventually? I've been fairly good at avoiding spoilers, except the only time that was ever a problem was when it was big stuff. Like certain movies, big stuff. When my streams were more popular, and it's YouTube streaming just had a lot more strangers roaming through, and then you'd have people that would just pop into chats and yell a Harry Potter spoiler, you know, so and so kills so and so on page 732. The show adds and stuff that fills in what the game hints at. It seems like they both build off of each other. Well, it's definitely going to give me something to think about. Like I said, I have a huge backlog of shows that I'm interested in watching. So I don't feel the urgency, and I don't always feel that kind of FOMO, like, oh, everybody's watching this show right now, but I'm missing out. It's like, you know, I don't often fall into that category. It's something like Severance was something I was watching as it came out. And that one really absorbed me. So sometimes I do, like I'm looking forward to Ted Lasso. As soon as Ted Lasso season 3 drops, I think that's coming out next month. Boom, I'm watching that shit. But there's just a large body of shows that look good to me that are on this long list of shit I should watch. And for me, I think The Last of Us is falling a little bit on that list, but it's like kind of high up on it in terms of my interest level. Lets you get the full experience without distraction, and then you can still enjoy the game. Okay, that's a good way of looking at it. All right, so Raz, I appreciate that, because now, you know, I've seen arguments for both sides. So, yeah, it's the sort of thing, maybe I'll, you know, if for some reason my wife's really, I was like thinking she doesn't like monsters and like zombies and gore and stuff. And I know it's not like the same as The Walking Dead, which she can't stand, but I was like, it might be close enough to being like The Walking Dead, the kind of shit you don't like in Walking Dead, that you might not be so into it. But what do you think? If someone who can't stand the zombie, they will not watch The Walking Dead. My wife really wishes she could watch it because she's heard about it and she knows about like all the characters. She knows a certain degree about the characters, and she knows she would love it for the story and the characters, but she cannot stand the zombies. You block all sources of spoilers. Okay. Twitter is dropping spoilers on the reg, but I don't pay attention. I mean, the extent to which I am disconnected from that sort of thing is a benefit to me. So, right, but it's not, does it have the same kind of gross out thing though? Because if there are things that are like zombies with their flesh rotting off of their bodies and stuff and making weird gurgling sounds with their mouths, she's not going to be able to watch it. Like, she just has something where she just can't cope with it. It triggers, like, I don't know, it triggers something in her that she just can't deal with it. So she's weird about stuff like that. I think it's like their mouth sounds bother her. Like, one thing when we were early on in our relationship, we'd been living together for a little while, maybe a couple months, and maybe even not even that long, I'd be brushing my teeth, and at a certain point she's like, could you go in the bathroom to do that? It's like, she's like, I can't. It really weirds me out to hear the sound of like people brushing their teeth. And I'm like, what? All right. The infected make clicking noises. Yeah, she could always try it out. Less human death gargles. Okay. And more echolocation. I'm not sure what that means. All right, guys. We're pushing up towards 11:30, so I definitely want to not accidentally stream until 12:30. That shit messes me up, you guys. I know it's my own damn fault because I just can't stop talking, and I know sometimes you guys will plant interesting lines of conversation that will keep me going, but I have the power to stop anytime I want. It's ultimately my responsibility to make sure I'm not streaming till 12:30 in the morning. when I got to work. Was it last week or the week before I streamed until after midnight? I had a rough morning the next day. It makes sense. Clicks and clacks. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Those were wild times. You remember that, Brad? Although now that I'm younger now than I was a week or two ago, so I have more youthful energy thanks to my Beat Saber. We do have some camping now. Look at what happened. Look what Maxie's doing there. I see what you're doing, Maxie. I see what you're doing. We do have some camping weekends booked already. I can't remember exactly where. I think we're trying a few new places. We found that it's getting harder and harder each summer to book campgrounds. So we can't always get to the places we tried before, like places that are our favorites. We'll look, it's like, oh, and it's booked. So we're starting to find more stranger places. Like there's a place down along the highway, along the Columbia Gorge. Like it's along the river. And it's between the highway. I think there's a few campgrounds like this along the gorge. There are campgrounds, there's the highway, and then there's train tracks that go near the river, a couple, like 100 or 200 yards away. And in between that, they'll squeeze in a little campground with like a long strip of woods with 20 sites. And it's like, there's a campground. It's like, so yeah, you're going to hear highway traffic and trains all night long. Is that okay? And then the Columbia Gorge gets windy as shit. So I'm like, all right, yeah. We were looking at that before, and then we found something else instead. And we found another campground. It ended up being like one of our favorite campgrounds. So, but yeah, we'll see how some of these places go that we're looking at. Little 45 innings of baseball. Is that, Brad, would you appreciate Beat Saber more if it gave me the strength to play 45 innings of baseball? Just pop in at 11:30 at night for a quick 45 innings. It's 2:22 a.m. Oh my god. You don't miss the exhaustion of watching these streams every week, but you have missed hanging out with y'all. Did you get exhausted watching the streams? Like, you'd come to my stream and it'd be like, well, it's going to be a rough day tomorrow because it's a Thursday night G-Law stream. I used to stream a lot later, too. All my streams went till midnight or 1 in the morning, up until I moved here and got like an actual 9-to-5 job. I thought about golf again. I even thought about, Brad, I don't know if I'm close to it, but I've thought about playing baseball again recently. So it could happen. It could happen. The thought of it went through my mind today, and it sounded appealing. There are just things to me that sounded more appealing. Fallout 4 sounded more appealing. Used to wake at 7 a.m. and sleep at 2 just for... Oh, man. That's... Oh, wow. I mean, that sounds brutal for you, but kind of like, whoa, really? Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for destroying your health for me. And I don't encourage it, but, I'm flattered, I am exhausting, right, Nick? You won the World Series with an absolute dogshit team? Let that inspire me. All right. All right, guys. All right. I got tired. So, what's going to happen now? Without further fanfare, we're going to dim the old lights. I think you all know what's happening now. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah, it's set up. I want to make sure you hear the music. We got to dim the lights. Oh, nice, Evie. Borderlands 3 for 5. Now, Eve's going to get me talking. I haven't played Borderlands 3 yet. I really like 2, and I didn't finish it. I still feel like I need to finish 2. And all the expansions. All right, you guys. I'm not going to start talking about Borderlands. The lights are out. You know what that means? It means you should all calm down, too. You got to relax. Take a deep breath. It's dark. To be like a guided visualization. You are in the meadow. It is a wondrous place. Look, on the pussy willows, a butterfly flittering into the sky. Did anyone recognize what that's from? Joke's on you. Your lights have been out since 2 p.m. Oh, okay. Well. All right. Well, here's what's going to happen now. Wait, which one? This one. Go to sleep and good night. Your eyes are getting so heavy. Go to sleep now, Brad Pritchard, Rasmodius, Q, EV23, J, Maxi, Nixie. Go to sleep. Did I say J, Maxi? And Brad Pritchard already. I think I did EV23. I think it's. I'll be waiting for you in your dreams. I fell behind. Dreams. And Elizabeth, if you're still there. You said goodnight a few minutes ago. Several minutes ago. Good night to you anyways. Go to sleep, for God's sake. It's late. And just for those who are dying to know, that was a little bit from Stuart Smalley's You're Good Enough, You're Smart Enough, and Doggone It, People Like You guided visualization cassette tape. It's an audio tape he did trying to do a guided visualization. All right. Good night, guys.